Okay, we are live, and my dog is immediately barking. A++. So, welcome to the second annual Drinkin Con webcast, aka Drinkin Con version 2.0. So I've got a cat fight going on in the back of my house. I'll be right back.
Okay, who wants to take over?
Two cats in detention later.
This is amazing.
But I think the rule should be drink every time you hear an animal noise.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew. I knew that was a bad idea to feed them right before this, but I didn't really have a choice. So, anyway, yeah, literally the first time that's ever happened. So, I am Tara. This is the second annual Drinkin Con webcast. It's a pre-Dragon Con webcast for anybody who wants to listen. And if you are watching live, definitely join us in the live chat. It's to the right of the actual YouTube video. You can just post as long as you're signed into YouTube. Other than that, so yeah, it's 2 weeks until Dragon Con about. I think we'll all be there in a week and a half. I know,
Yay.
When does everybody arrive? I'm a
Wednesday.
Got Thursday morning, crack of dawn. Yay.
I tried to get Ashley and Keith to come on Wednesday this year again.
I think it was just he didn't want to have to go straight from work to the airport. So
yeah, I feel that. So we have some drinking rules. We'll go over those first, and then I will introduce everybody. We have drink when the Sheridan is mentioned, and you don't have to drink right now, please, but drink when the Sheridan is mentioned.
Oh, we could.
Drink when the Dragon Con app is mentioned. Someone is trying to kill us and put drink when scheduling is mentioned.
These are mostly me. I'm gonna be
drink when anybody uses the word habitrail. I'm definitely the biggest. I do that a lot. Sorry. Drink when an extinct track is mentioned, like Tolkien or Whedonverse. Drink when a specific party is mentioned. That's also bad, but okay. So Bunny Hutch, Heroes and Villains, whatever. Drink when I swear. Okay, we're really going to die. Drink when Andrew mentions Deadpool, and drink when Ashley mentions Canada or U.S. border security.
I'm already here this time, so.
Okay. So again, my name is Tara. You can find me across the web at A Geek Saga, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And I have been attending Dragon Con since 2012. And I'm an attending pro this year for the first time. I know. Like I've been press since like 2013, I think. But this is the first year I've been an attending pro. And also I'm going to go from left to right on the bottom of the screen because that's easiest. And you guys, I'll let you talk a little bit about yourselves too when I'm done actually saying your names. But we have Andrew from, what is it, Stats Check podcast?
Yep.
Okay,
Stats
Check.
Mm-hmm, you got it, yep.
And Dean, who has been attending Dragon Con for longer than all of us and is co-owner of theprocblock.com and a member of the Colonial Fleet, which is a BSG fan group. Yay! And then Amanda, who is a cosplayer, and you do like commissions and stuff too, right?
Not just
sometimes.
Yet. It's just sometimes.
And then we have Ashley, who is from Podcast of Ice and Fire and also Ice and Fire Con, which I guess I do too sometimes. So did you guys want to say like anything else about yourselves before we dive into all of this?
Well, I think,
go ahead.
Does everybody know like which Dragon Con this is for everybody? I know for me it's 6.
11 for me.
11
years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to think. I've been going since 2009. I don't know.
So
I think I'm on 6 as well.
9 years. 9 years, Amanda.
Oh wow.
yeah, Ashley.
And you're not even drunk yet.
I know. I don't know math.
Ashley, you have to be 6 because I'm 7.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is how I keep track of.
Yeah, well, I count how many Ice and Fire cons I've been to.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's it.
Yep. Okay, so we'll go ahead and dive right in with some 2018 updates and news. I did watch some of the ESO Network's new hotel tour video just for funsies. And I love those guys. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but they did clarify that, yes, registration is still in the Sheraton. So, while I drink
Sheraton.
In my notes, I literally have like insert Sheraton hate here. I actually don't have to go to the Sheraton because I don't have a regular pass, but everybody else does, so I just go with them.
Where do the professionals pick up their passes?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the Marriott. I'm pretty sure it's the Marriott. The press was in the Hyatt. So that's like where I've been getting mine. But yeah, I haven't actually gotten an email telling me where I need to pick it up, which seems a little bit odd. I mean, I've gotten other emails, so I'm sure it's coming down the tubes here, but yeah, they haven't told me yet. So
Possibly be in the same place the Eternals pick up theirs, or would that be?
It might be, yeah. I think one year I actually had to go to the professional desk with a friend who was there. She basically was there as press, but like had to take over someone else's press pass because that person couldn't attend for our outlet. So, and I seem to remember they said go to the professional, badge pickup area. So, so yeah, pretty sure that's where it is, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, registration. I don't know. Is there any other news about that? Because other than that, it's sad face. It's still in the Sheraton.
Yeah.
I think the badges I just heard on a podcast that I listened to today. There's ESO, which like Tara mentioned is really good, and there's another one, 50 Days of Dragon Con. They actually don't do 50 podcasts; they do like something like 30 usually. But they had an interview with the person who does the publications and printing, and apparently both the badges and the Quick Start Guide, which is replacing the Pocket program, went to the printers today or yesterday. So those are at the printers, and they'll be delivered on Wednesday. So things are already locked in tentatively as of yesterday.
Well, yeah, and badges right now I think are $160 online, but if you buy them there, they're $140. So.
Right.
As of today, they're 160. I think yesterday they were 140. That was the cutoff again.
They're cheaper at the door.
Yeah.
I want to see. Are they?
Okay.
It's
cheap cash? Is that a thing?
It's probably because like a rush printing charge or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell you from experience with Ice and Fire Con, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. we had to print extra badges this year because we were pretty much at the number of badges we had actually sold, which is good. But yeah, that like extra, that additional badge order, the shipping especially was very painful. So yeah, we talked about this last year, and I was listening to last year's webcast just to kind of like get an idea of what I wanted to talk about this year, and that was one of the things that we were kind of back and forth about. Well, now I know.
Wait, is that the bold on the schedule? Andrew finally tells Tara what she correctly predicted on last year's webcast. Is that
yeah. What is that?
Oh, you want to know? Oh, okay. So last year, Tara, we had a lot of predictions. We had like some future predictions, and I don't know, out of somewhere, Tara did something right, and she predicted that the scheduling form would start to be used by other tracks. So the scheduling form that has been used by American Sci-Fi Fantasy Media, and I believe one or two other tracks, started to be used by two other tracks, I think High Fantasy and I think one of the literature tracks used it. So that was a correct prediction for Tara. Now, my prediction was wrong because I was like, maybe it'll be a universal form. Absolutely not. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So
No.
Yeah, there's too much going on for that. But I don't even remember saying that. Go me, I guess.
You were drunk, so yeah, it was at the end of the podcast.
But yeah, so other than but yeah, that was nice that especially that the High Fantasy track started using a form, and I think I saw one or two other tracks that were using basically the same type of thing as well in their Facebook groups or whatever. Maybe eventually they'll move beyond.
It's just let me just say, having applied for a lot of panels, it's night and day, because when you have a place and a time attached to it, and you have that form there, and you can say, okay, let me look at my schedule or let me look at my days and select that, versus just saying, hey, here's some panels, throw us a tweet or like respond on Facebook telling us you want to be on this panel. That's not as clean.
Yeah, and also they
It's kind of why I never really applied for this past year, was because I'm just like, I don't really know how to apply. Do I just like tell the track director, hey, can I be on a panel?
Yes.
That's what we did.
Yes.
They don't know me, so they don't know my resume or whatever. So
they didn't know me either, actually, and they gave my uncredentialed ass like a billion panels.
Wow.
Right, next year we take over the anime.
Oh, for sure.
Because that track needs some help.
That track has, yeah.
It needs love.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Shoot. I don't know. I lost it.
Tara, thank you for the calling out about the blocks of hotels that opened. Tara got me a spot at the Hyatt Legacy room.
Ooh,
I already had two
nice.
rooms in the Marriott, but I managed to get in there in that 2-minute window, and that's thanks to Tara. And hopefully some other people out there got a Westin room. I know they existed.
I should just put
Sorry,
up
not
there,
Westin, a Hyatt room.
if they found more rooms, that might mean that your room got canceled. So if you have any thought that maybe your card like expired or something, you should definitely check to see that your reservation still exists.
Well, with the Hyatt, they don't they charge a one night, or maybe it might be 2 nights. I think for this year it was 2 nights.
It's 1 night. My credit card has been charged 1 night. So.
Okay. Well, for the Hyatt, they charged 1 night back in like September. So like and like anybody who's staying at the Hyatt, you would have seen that charge back toward the end of September last year, and you would have received emails since then. Like I received the 2019 legacy email like a week ago or so. So the Hyatt's not one where your room wouldn't have been canceled this late in the game, because they don't charge the rest until you check in. The Westin, I'm not sure about though, because I honestly think that they always have these rooms available, and that they hope that they're going to fill them up at the $500 plus rack rate.
Yep.
Okay, and then when they don't, they open them up at the DragonCon rate.
But this is but this is the first time they've opened up, I mean, a pretty large block at the Hyatt, at least, because like they still had the City Queen rooms available as of like yesterday.
Oh wow!
And that's why I ended up getting a queen. The doubles were sold out when I got it. So, but
is it a City Queen?
Yes.
Oh, so that's in the other tower.
Ooh, it is.
Which one?
That's okay. Well,
I'm not sure if I've been in the other. I think I did once.
The International Tower or what's the other tower?
I think it's the International Tower.
There's 2 though, because there's 3 sets of elevators in the Hyatt.
Yeah.
And the international one is, my friend of mine stays there, and he loves it because he's able to go up and down pretty easy.
Yeah, so Andrew's got
yeah.
the easy elevators.
Yeah.
I got the easy elevators too.
That's what I like to hear.
But we need to get our room low enough that we can just use the stairs.
Yeah.
But I will say a shout out to the Marriott, because one of my buddies had reserved I had 2 friends who reserved Marriott rooms. One got the DragonCon rate. One apparently had a glitch, and even though he did it the exact same way, didn't get the Marriott rate. But the Marriott team put him on a wait list, and eventually got him a room with the rate. And they called him about that about 3 weeks ago. So I was very impressed.
That's somebody
Wow.
who had their room canceled because the Marriott charges the full amount like a month before the convention or something.
So good on them.
A friend of mine is on the live chat right now, giving me shit.
Yeah. He's talking crap about your headset.
Whatever.
So how do I see the live chat?
I had to go to YouTube.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah. You have to have the YouTube like open, but make sure you have it like stopped or paused because remember what happened last year? Like
I'll just put it on my
I immediately started and I'm like, oh, I'm talking in two places. This is great. Not even drunk yet. So yeah, we other than the rooms, the room blocks being open, I'm sure that they might still have City Queens at the Hyatt, but the Westin I haven't heard about.
Last I checked, they were sold out, but
okay. Yeah, someone replied to my post about it on Reddit saying that there were still City Queens like yesterday, but I imagine that they might be, maybe it's something where people are booking them and then credit cards aren't going through, like, who knows? Other than that, one of the things that we were talking about is that the food court in the Peachtree Center is under construction.
Yes. It is going to be called The Hub. I think that's the rebranding.
The Hub?
The Hub.
A friend of mine was just there a couple days ago, and it's like there's no tile on the floors, there's no ceiling, there's like wooden barriers up.
Wow.
And they said they're going to be done, but I used to be in construction. I know that's very ambitious. If they do, I'll be very impressed.
And the two statements were plenty of seating on one hand, and I had somebody else, and I swore I heard this somewhere. I might have been drunk, but I could have sworn that somebody was saying there would be even more seating. And I was like, that's not possible. There could be more seating during construction.
I'm gonna cry bullshit on that one right there.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's sure as hell not going to be more seating before Dragon Con at this rate. And I said, like, when the discussion about this was going on the Dragon Con subreddit, people were saying, they're saying it's going to be open as usual. There's going to be plenty of seating. And I was like, I have my doubts.
Yeah. What's your definition of plenty?
My definition of plenty, the way they were wording it, is that it's going to be at least as much as there always is.
That's not possible.
No.
It's just not possible. Like,
no.
It's not. It's not. So who wants to take bets on whether or not the food court is like actually up and running and has any seating at all by Dragon Con?
I think the stores will be open. They're not going to pass up on making money. I think, Chick-fil-A wants to like make the $1 million it makes during that period, even on 3 days, selling those sandwiches.
Yeah, no, it is seriously their Black Friday. I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this event is so big for them.
Yeah.
So that sushi lineup going down the habit trail, drink.
Oh, God damn it, Ashley. Okay, so does that mean we have to drink twice because I just swore? I feel like we need to get rid of that one.
Twice. That's another one. Tara, for you.
I will say, like, the pizza place, I want that pizza place to go away. There's a reason that pizza place never has a line. And I don't know, have any of you eaten at the pizza place in the food court?
I have walked past it.
I've heard rumors.
I don't know what you're even talking about, so no.
I've heard rumors of food poisoning.
Oh my God.
Rumors.
Oh.
Yeah, it never has a line because it's fucking horrible. Like, not just bad pizza.
I don't even remember there being a pizza place. That's how significant it is.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the Tara swearing rule. Let's be real. No, seriously, like I'd never eaten there before, and there was no line last year, and it was one of those days where I'd been like back-to-back panels, and I was coming back from, I think, the Westin for from an Apocalypse Rising panel and didn't feel like waiting for room service or whatever. So we went down into the food court and I was like, okay, there's no line at this pizza place. And it was inedible. Like it was not even cooked all the way through. Yeah, it was disgusting.
It's a good topic. How about we all talk about our favorite places to eat and where we should check out and where not to go.
Yeah.
I'm a big Gus's fried chicken fan.
I don't know where that is.
I've never heard of that.
It's not in the food court. It's like a block away from the Marriott near that Chinese restaurant and kind of that city diner. It's sort of in like a basement level, but it's just they serve fried chicken and sides, and it is delicious.
Huh. I'm gonna try that now.
I'm a fan of the Subway that's right by the basement of the CVS. People don't usually see it, so there's not usually a very big lineup. Subway. It tastes like
I
Subway.
did not even know there was a Subway there.
Yeah.
Is everyone aware of the other food court though? It's only open Thursday and Friday.
That's
the
the
SunTrust
problem.
building. But it's great because even on Friday it can be a little crowded, so I'll tend to go over there. But then we also do me and a couple friends, we go offsite. There's a Chinese restaurant about a block, I think, I'm not sure, south.
That's near the fried chicken place.
Okay.
That place is good.
That's really good.
Yes.
Do not go to Jalapeno Charlie's if you like Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
There's just not one jalapeno in that entire restaurant, even though it's called that right now. It's the blandest food I've ever had in my life. But the Chinese place is really good.
My favorite place to get food is ordering it delivered to my hotel room.
Yeah. I gotta think like every pizza place in like the city of Atlanta is probably delivering pizza to the hotels constantly.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain last year we had pizza every single night.
At an 100% markup, yeah.
Oh, I don't care. If it means I don't have to...
When it's 1 a.m., you don't care about the price.
Well, there's that pizza in the Marriott that...
that's
everybody, right? That's a standby. We have to do that, right?
They close it too early. I mean, shutting down at 3 a.m., what are they thinking?
They probably run out.
Or like their workers just want to go to bed, maybe? Okay, so anybody else have favorite food places? Because like honestly, the places that I go, I usually just go either like Thursday or Monday. I don't really care about where I eat during the convention, and so long as I get food in me at some point. So.
I feel like I don't have to promote Yum Yums because that lineup proves that everyone already knows about it. It's great, but it's super expensive though. But they
jack up the prices for Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of like, what's your favorite source of hot food? Because I know we talked about it a lot last year, but obviously a lot of people like bring snacks, bring granola bars, peanut butter, stuff like that. But
buy a pack of nuts.
Yeah,
get your protein on the go.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I need like a hot meal at least once a day. One a day, yeah.
Does coffee count?
Yeah, so it's like the 4-1-1, right?
Yeah.
Well, I do two. There's two dinners I do every year. Thursday night is the Vortex with my group of friends, and then I also do another dinner with a website called Sci-Fi Hero. It's a Publix pub, or I'm not sure. Everybody confused about the grocery store though. There's a Publix grocery store that's nearby, so we tend to get Ubered there because the guy thinks he knows where he's going. But really good pub, and they have but they have this absinthe, which if you're a fan of absinthe, it's something I do every year because they like, I don't know, I call it a ritual, but they bring out the thing and they drip the water over the sugar cube. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
But if you like pub food, Publix, really good.
I'm seeing in the chat talking about the street meat when Papa John's was closed at 3 a.m. and we had nowhere else to go. That's the savior. Out on Peachtree.
Oh yeah. I'm not. I don't want to do that thing where I interject like a personal story. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, even though I've never actually tried it.
They have veggie dogs, which if you question what's in the hot dogs, you can always go for the veggie bags.
Not
you should always question what's in a hot dog. Let's be real. All right. So other than food, just other like new stuff. Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to that time at the beginning of the year where for like 2 months the DragonCon website was being mined for Bitcoin by nobody knows who. Good times.
Yeah, go Russia.
What is that? I don't know how Bitcoin works that you can. Okay.
It's like a script that somebody put in the back end of the website. Like it could have been a hacker or it could have been a DragonCon volunteer or employee who just didn't care. Nobody knows. It doesn't hurt anybody who is going to the website. It's just, it doesn't look good for the convention that their website security is that lax, you know, whether it's a volunteer.
What are you talking about? That website is great. It's so user friendly. You can find everything so easily.
I think you need a drink for that, Ashley. That is not nice.
Oh my God, Ashley throwing shade. That's the actual drinking game rule. Because she's so nice usually.
When she's in Canada.
Oh yeah. God, no, the Canada answer. So the other thing that is like that I didn't know about until recently was that a good portion of the 10th floor of the Marriott is going to be taken up by what they're calling, I think they're calling it Volunteer Village. It's basically like a con suite / lounge for the volunteers. So it's not going to be the whole 10th floor, but from what I'm hearing, I mean, DragonCon has like 2,500 plus volunteers, and the only number I heard was that they are trying to have it big enough that 10% of the volunteers can be up there at any one time. So I'm going to guess that there's going to be pretty limited accessibility on the 10th floor of the Marriott versus like previous years.
Since they stopped letting people take photos up there, it's just kind of like a chill space anyways.
I don't think they only did that for like a year though.
I think this has got to be a reaction for the chair incident. This year, and getting more eyes up on that level. So if you have, let's say 10% of the people chilling up there at any given time,
no one's going to throw a chair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was it that floor that it happened from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Went up the balcony, right?
I thought it was
it was off of but it was still on the 10th floor.
Yeah.
But I thought it wasn't into the building. I thought it was outside of the building.
It was onto the smoking area. Yeah, correct.
People
anyways.
like
I know what you're talking about. There's those doors there. I don't remember what you're talking about.
And this is why we can't have nice things.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So that might be our fault, the Colonial Fleet's fault in a way, because we used to inhabit that place apparently people don't like it when you say "so say we all" really loud at 3 a.m. for some reason. So nobody was allowed to be there for a couple of years, and then they turned it into so sorry about that.
They open it back up and people start throwing chairs. It's completely your fault.
That's my bad. Or our bad.
Other than the 10th floor nonsense, the probably big-ish news this year is that there's a new Fantasy Lit track director.
Oh, stop. This was announced like 4 months ago, according to the ESO podcast. And I believe it's ESO. It might have been 50 Days, but there was a director roundtable, and
that's ESO.
The directors. Yeah, I believe it was ESO, and they mentioned when they were interviewing her, it's like, what was your experience? How have you come on? They were also interviewing the new diversity track as well. And
there's a diversity track?
Yeah, they're holding the Wakanda Forever party.
It's a super long name. It's like diversity in speculative fiction and like fantasy or something. Like it's a very long name.
It seems like it's really small this year, but I'm sure it's just like a test run and then go from there.
The more you know.
Yeah, so the track director, Jarvis, seemed like he had a lot of programming, a lot of help from other people. But on Fantasy Lit, it seems like this was very much a last-second thing. and the track director seemed like her area of expertise was outside of fantasy lit. I mean, she admitted this herself.
She was used to run the Wheel of Time.
Correct. Wait, no, that's Jennifer. She was doing sci-fi. She was doing sci-fi or something non-fantasy related. But she was an experienced track director, which I think was the key to coming in late in the game and having to submit your panels, a month later or something. So, that was why I think she got roped in there. And she's, I don't think she's trying to shake anything up too much, but obviously that's a big change whenever you have somebody stepping down and a new person taking over.
I mean, let's be real. It wasn't stepping down so much as forced out. So
I'm trying to be polite here.
Listen, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, because honestly, I am totally okay with there being a new fantasy lit track director. I think there were problems with the previous one, but they were evolved more around that the person who was doing it was not very inclusive in terms of bringing new people in, and the couple panels that I went to with them were not great because it was the same. It was this person running the track, and their friends were on all the panels, and whether or not they were good at what they were good at what they were doing didn't seem to matter. And if you didn't know that person, if you didn't know the track director personally, you weren't going to get into, the little,
And let me just say that is something that happens in groups everywhere, in other panels and other tracks. It's not just that director. It happens.
Right. Oh yeah, of course. That's just the one that personally stood out to me because I tried and got nowhere. And it was more than a little bit frustrating at the time. And the reasons for this person being removed were questionable in their own right. But I guess the fantasy lit track isn't going to go away unless they really, really need to get rid of a track and they merge it with high fantasy. But
that's what I was talking about.
The only difference between high fantasy and I don't even know the difference because
it's because Tolkien doesn't want to have to share that much. They'll share with Thrones and similar things, but if you say that we're going to share with Pern, we're going to share with everything else, then
I mean, it's large, so just kind of diverse it a bit, so that's
it's there's so much fantasy lit out there. Right. I get that, but I mean, some of the things that are in high fantasy, like the Kingkiller Chronicle, they don't have a TV show or anything yet, so it's kind of what makes them high fantasy track material versus fantasy lit track material. You know what I'm saying? And what makes, I don't know, Pern not high fantasy? I honestly, I just don't know. I'm seriously.
I think it was. I think there were negotiations that went on, and this is part of the transformation. I think that next year you could see a dramatic rebranding or emerging. Absolutely.
All right, is that our prediction for this year?
I'm going to call that. I'm going to say that there's going to be a change.
Yay!
I like it though. I'm happy that there is a high fantasy specific track. So
and full disclosure, that's because a lot of us are on the panels and involved in that track.
Maybe, but also because the Tolkien track drink had to disappear. That it has a home where people are going to give it a lot of attention because it still is a very large fandom.
Yes.
The Amazon series is coming out soon, so eventually.
Well, is that not a major topic of conversation coming up this year?
Oh yeah, yeah. They've got at least one panel specifically dedicated to the Amazon show and the possibilities for it and everything.
And in terms of overall tracks, the Tolkien track in terms of the programming hasn't lost much in terms of the number of panels they have. It's just now it's under an umbrella. That's all.
And Game of Thrones isn't split into 3 different tracks, which was so frustrating.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a mess. Especially being on the show panels.
Yeah, not because we ourselves are personally involved with that, or maybe yes.
Yeah.
So other new news?
I think that was it. Like I said, the Pocket program. They said this new quick start.
Well, I'm looking through this.
Hold on.
talked about the liquor store.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not even new news. That's just us like still RIPing it from last year.
Did gaming eventually get moved? I remember they were going to move gaming last year, but then because of the renovations, they had to move it back. Did it get moved somewhere else, or is it still in the Hilton?
I haven't heard. I think it's still in the Hilton.
I thought it was
they were going to
America's
move
Mart,
it,
but
they were going to move it. Yeah.
There's LAN gaming and there's like computer gaming in the America's Smart building.
Oh, okay.
And that like spaceship bridge simulator, the Artemis bridge thing, is in America's Smart.
Oh, I wonder if that's the same thing they had at MagFest. Yeah, also, I don't know. I don't pay attention. I'm not gonna go sit in a gaming room while I'm at DCon.
Well, those little pod things are great to play at 3 a.m. so you can get the low score of the day. And the operator laughs at you.
And if you want to jump in a game of Werewolf or Ultimate Terror Wolf, there's always someone procking off. And you can get in and play like a TCG if you want to play like Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic or something like that. There's always people playing. So I think the America's Mart also has all of the RPG campaigns, so like Pathfinder, D&D, that they've been going on for years. Once again, I don't think any of us are doing that, but some people are.
I've never played Werewolf at Dragon Con, and with my track record, I don't think I should. So for those of you who don't know, who have not played One Night Ultimate Terror Wolf, whenever I play Werewolf, I am the werewolf. Like 98% of the time, not kidding. And I'm also a terrible liar, so it goes really well.
It's one of those games where if you get a whole bunch of people who decide to join in the first round and they've never played before and they really should be sitting out that first round, it slows the game down so much and it's just painful for everyone. So my recommendation is if you've never played Werewolf before, don't join in right away. Just watch.
Yeah, watch one round and you'll be fine.
Because that one round will take 3 hours.
That's a deterrent from it right there.
It
really is.
Doesn't sound fun at all.
Here's the question: How have you guys all played Werewolf at Dragon Con?
I've done it at other cons.
Well, and also there's Werewolf and there's One Night Werewolf. One Night Werewolf is a little quicker than
it's way shorter.
That's for a smaller group. Like at like a convention, you're getting like 30 people playing at once.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch though if you're drunk and it's 3 a.m. Not speaking from experience.
Most everything is fun to watch if you're drunk and it's 3
a.m. Okay, so one of the things that I mentioned earlier was that the ESO network has, which Andrew shared with us, that has a new hotel preview video, like a walking guide. So if you don't know ESO, I think you can just, I think their channel on YouTube is ESO Network. So I would definitely look them up. Their website is, I think, just esonetwork.com as well. I'm sure they have the link on there. But so if you're new and like, whether or not you're going to have time to actually do the walking tours that they do at the con, it's a really fun little video to watch, and they also give other information throughout. Like I had no idea that there's not going to be a paper schedule this year. I mean, they said like not at all.
Literally the podcast came out today and they clarified there will be this quick start guide. It's not going to be the Pocket program, the thing that you've gotten with the schedule and the inky paper that looks really shitty. It's going to be a glossy sheet. They did clarify that you will be able to highlight it. Apparently, that's
all I want. It is.
Yeah.
I have my pink for have to go to, my yellow for maybes if that one is full, and then you got like the blue for backup.
So yeah, people like it as a tangible, like, hey, my battery's dead, but I have this Pocket program, and I'm good to go. So now it'll be this quick start thing, which it'll have some information, but it won't be as bulky. The font will be larger. Apparently that was the issue. The font was getting super tiny and people couldn't even read it at a certain point. So
I don't think I've ever actually looked through the big, I don't think I've never looked at a Pocket program. I use the app or I used the app the first few years, and in the past few years, I've just been so busy. I literally haven't gone to a single panel except for the ones I'm on.
Well, aren't we fancy, miss? I have a cell phone.
But remember that
not all of us are from Canada, actually.
My Nokia with buttons only. It's great.
Oh, Canada.
Does it count if I talk about it or just Ashley, though?
Yes, anybody talks about it. Anybody talks about Canada.
Does everybody, Ashley, I don't know you. So do you also wear costumes at con?
Oh, yes. I'm a big cosplayer.
Because, like, you're laughing. Is that not true?
No, she is. No, she is. I think she's laughing because that's kind of what she does.
She's laughing because it is true.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I'm not just going to say it. The app should be great because I don't have room for most of my costumes, let alone a schedule, right?
Right.
But I've never heard anything good about that thing. Never.
When you're at the convention, it takes up so, like, it's so slow, and it has to update every time you open. We're already in this, so we might as well just dive in. We're talking about the app. Everybody drink.
Again.
Yeah, the problem with it is that
it shows up in 2 days.
And it also, like, I think it was the 20th is when they said it would be updated. If you have an iPhone, though, you can go into the current Dragon, at least as of like 2 days ago, you could open the DragonCon app. Like, if you need to re-download it, or if you have it from last year, just open it and go to the settings. And in that menu, there's one that says there's like a private conventions item. You select, like, you choose private conventions and you enter DragonCon 18, all run together. And you can see the bare bones of this year's app. So there's nothing else there. There wasn't, or at least there wasn't 2 days ago, and maybe they fixed it. Also, like, LOL that LOL that someone figured this out.
It's DragonCon, we're a bunch of nerds. Someone figured it out.
But yeah, like last year, the app was really problematic because it kept it kept downloading a shit ton of data. And for some people, like, it was like, this is, they were like looking at the data that their phone was using. And it was like, they could tell that the app was affecting it. Like, I did it and I could tell, so I deleted the app. I never even bothered with it or opened it after the first time, when it first was released. And like somebody posted on the subreddit, like, hey, just FYI, this thing is a mess right now. Like, it just keeps downloading. Yeah. But also, once you're at the convention, there's not really internet access unless you're paying for it in most places. And in some places, there's not even cell phone access. Or if there is, it's very slow because there's so many people. So the app is just, it's too clunky. It doesn't work the way it should, sadly.
What is it downloading? I mean, isn't it just I don't know. I've never downloaded. Is it just a schedule?
There are daily. There's almost always room changes daily, right? So you're going to get those once every 12 hours, once every 24 hours, no matter what. And that was even back in the day when there was paper. They would actually print daily change sheets, I think, like as of 6 years ago or something like that. But that's just text. That's not right.
Yeah. Well, last year was the first time that it was like a big problem where it was taking up a lot of data. So I don't know what they were doing last year that was different, but
they've had the app for a few years now.
But regardless, there is a ton of information. Like, they have the whole guest list on there and every track and every schedule
and maps.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's so much stuff that, like, with the very little cell phone service that's available for the most part down there, it's kind of at DragonCon. It's kind of like, I don't know. I totally am all for them going like mostly paperless, but if they're going to do that, they need a better website and a better app.
Well, to be clear, they will not be paperless because they're still going to print apparently 50,000 of these quick start guides. So you're still going to have something in print that they're going to print.
What about the other, like, supposedly 20,000+ people?
Oops.
We'll just go back to what about the supposed extra seating?
Right.
Yeah.
This is like the shade cast.
Listen,
we're not drinking. We're sipping tea.
I love Dragon Con so much. I do.
Yeah.
I do. But there are a lot of things that they can improve upon. Just saying.
Just get a web designer, please. Just fix that website.
There are people who want to volunteer their services for that, by the way, and they just don't want to do it, and they like their website the way it is.
Okay.
Good old boys club. So yeah, the 20th though is when the schedule is, or I'm sorry, the app is supposed to be like actually available. The schedule, God only knows.
Like I said, technically they should all have their schedules posted because they had to have them submitted by yesterday for printing, but only a few. I think Tara put up a couple here, and like ASFFM and High Fantasy schedules put up in the Facebook group. Star Wars Apocalypse Rising put it up on the website. You know, I know there's a couple others that have like posted it to their websites, but there's no conjoined schedule yet. And I don't think, Tara, correct me if I'm wrong, you're more active in Reddit, but you haven't seen a crowdsourced schedule this year, right?
No, I don't know. I don't remember who did it last year, like who started it. I mean, but there hasn't been one. And I mean, last year we did this webcast, I think on the 20th. So yeah, the fact that there isn't one yet means there probably isn't going to be. And like, then, you know, and then there's things like High Fantasy, I don't even know if it's a schedule so much as it's a list of panels.
Yeah, it's a panel list.
Yeah. So I don't think there's even times on that, but there is a post, or there was. I don't know if the panelist application is still open. That did have, I think, some times on it, but
and to be fair, Tara, correct me if I'm wrong. You're on the most panels. Well, I think we tie this year, but like all the panels have gotten back to you, right? With like times and places where they are.
Oh, I think there's a schedule on that.
Mine, yes. I've had my schedule for weeks because as an attending pro, I actually they email me my schedule. So like I've had mine for a while. Because that's a one plus about like being an attending pro. Last year, because I was still press, they didn't have any, the different track directors had no way to track what I was doing. So I was noting, hey, like I want to, like I'm interested in these panels, but like I am busy at these times, and like people weren't paying attention to that. So I ended up double booked like 3 times, and I felt really bad, but I had to turn around and say, hey, I'm sorry, but like I already had something scheduled for this time. I can't do this. It was like, I think it was once with Apocalypse Rising and twice with American Sci-Fi Fantasy Media, because I had already had high fantasy stuff scheduled. So it's like, it's nice now that they track what I'm doing, and they know when I'm busy and when I'm not. But yeah, I don't know if all of the tracks have actually gotten their stuff out though, because I know some people, Ashley being one of them, who applied to be panelists who haven't heard back yet, maybe?
I think that email was, you're not on the track, but we're trying to be super nice telling me that, so we're making it super vague, and you just kind of have to infer you're not on the track. I think it was a rejection email that I couldn't tell whether or not it was a rejection email.
I mean, no, like you sent me the email, and somebody else who applied for panels of the same track also copied and pasted the email to me, and I couldn't tell. I would have assumed that by reading that it meant they were still trying to figure out who was going on what panel. And I'm not going to say who it is, but for this particular track, there hasn't been like a schedule posted with like times and panelists and everything. So who knows?
And once again, every track is different in how panelists are dealt with and how the selection process goes and what happens. I mean, with certain panels, if there's flexibility. I mean, even last year, I got pulled up onto a panel with like a low notice.
You did not get pulled up onto a panel, Andrew. You just walked up onto the panel. If you're talking about the one I think you're talking about.
It's like, okay, when Amin does the Game of Thrones panel at Anime North, and I sit in the front row, and he's just like, that blonde girl there, what's she asking? And I just kind of keep interjecting every 5 seconds. He pretends to know me.
Yeah, no. Last year, several of our mutual friends and myself were on a panel, and Andrew just showed up and sat down on the panel. Like, it was great. Like, it went well.
I was in Jorah Mormont cosplay, so it's very appropriate that I insert myself in inappropriate situations.
There you go.
I'm not sure how that's supposed to work.
Oh, Jorah.
Did you get friend zoned?
Exactly.
Yes, by Chloe and I. Okay, so other than like the schedule stuff, other like, I don't know, this isn't even, we're beyond like news, what nonsense, but photo shoots. Like, somebody actually asked me, oh, where do I go for, like, where do I find all these photo shoots? Everybody's always part of these photo shoots, and I don't know what's going on. And it's just go to facebook.com/groups/DCon photos.
And I will say,
there's the big announcement for that was like the large superhero photo shoots were canceled, but they are back on.
Oh, wow.
They got worked out with DragonCon, and they found a time to do them, and they're going to be in the evening, and they're actually going to have people lighting them for them.
Oh, that's really cool.
So the large superhero photo shoots, they were canceled. A lot of people were upset about that, but they found a way to make it work. So they are back on.
Do any of you guys do photo shoots? Because I don't really.
You do sometimes, Tara.
I wandered into the Hardy Ivy one.
Yeah, that's a photo shoot. That counts as a
2
photo
years
shoot.
ago. 2 years ago.
Just because you're drunk.
No, that one was one where I wasn't going to do it, and then like I had a Cersei costume, so I was like, sure. Last year I went to it, but like I wasn't part of it because I wasn't in a Game of Thrones costume, and I also was hungover and just didn't feel like being out there at all.
So you were pretty much Cersei.
Yeah, but dressed as Poison Ivy.
Oh, I was there.
But
I was a mermaid, so I got all the Merlin conspiracy photos.
Yeah.
I mean, Amanda, you used to do a bunch of photo shoots. Do you still, or?
I don't do as many as I used to. I still do some. I do the Game of Thrones one. So.
The big one?
Yes, the big one.
Yeah.
I do the Game of Thrones one. I'm doing I don't know where it is this year. I've got to check Facebook again. I'm doing the Hobbit one because of the Bilbo Baggins dressing gown I made.
Oh, yeah. I've seen pictures. It looks very good.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done the Game of Thrones one a couple times, and then of course I do the Fleet every year.
Yeah, that one is
it's hard to get up.
Yes, thank you. Every year I'm like, I want to go to this. It's only like 9 or 10 a.m.
10 a.m. and like you know, in normal life, 10 a.m. is like, oh, no big deal, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
I'm at work by 10 a.m., yes.
I want to do the parade one year, but at the same time, it's like, I am not.
Same thing, yeah.
I am still up from the previous night at that time.
I've done the parade for the last few years. Hangovers suck. I'm just saying right there. It really sucks.
Just being awake sucks. Like,
it does.
Yeah, the only time I did the parade, I didn't drink Friday night and went to. I still didn't go to bed super early, but I mean, I was in bed at like 1, maybe.
That's early.
That's early for sure.
That's early.
I mean, yeah, but it's not. You know, like. I had to get up at like 7. For me, I need 8 hours of sleep normally. So it was still rough getting up and making it to the parade on time.
And it's like, we're cosplayers. We like to take an hour to do our makeup.
Yes, we do. We also like the attention.
Mine's never my makeup, it's my hair.
Wigs are the best thing ever.
Right. Well, back in the day when my hair was like darker, a little bit darker blonde, I just I put in extensions for Cersei. So, but yeah, the parade and the Game of Thrones, the big like Game of Thrones photo shoot, 2013 was the only year I did the parade, and the last year I went to the big Game of Thrones photo shoot. So, over it.
Yeah, I think I'll do both this year, and then there's a Westworld. There's a Westworld this year, so I got that one.
Oh,
I wish I knew that ahead of time because I would have gotten a Dolores costume.
okay. Hey, wait. I need an opinion here from everyone. So last year, for the first time, I did a costume from Red Dead Redemption. John Marston, the lead.
Yeah.
If I showed up at Westworld, would that be appropriate? What do you think?
You could be like a random host. Like no one would.
You could be the Easter egg in the photos.
A few people would get it, but not enough to.
Oh my God, that's a good one, Ashley.
That's good.
you just be an Easter egg. It's fine.
I like awesome. This. Okay.
Yeah, I
shoot.
The 1 year, not the 1 year, the last year I did a Red Dead Redemption costume at DragonCon. We like stumbled onto a photo. My significant other at the time was John Marston. Like we stumbled into a photo shoot of like, it was just like a random like Wyatt Earp, I don't know, Young Guns maybe. I'm not sure exactly what it was from, but we just, it was some sort of like Western movie from the 90s photo shoot. And we were like, I mean, hey, and they're like, yeah, come take pictures with us. So, I mean, you're in the right outfit, you know, why not? Most people don't, unless they're doing like a really specific, you know, one person per character private thing. I've never had anybody, I've never wandered into a photo shoot at DragonCon and had them be like, no, go away.
Right.
If you kind of fit the bill.
Yeah, there's always the group photo. I mean, they're not paying attention who's.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know.
I totally should have gotten into the Game of Thrones mermaid one.
I feel like that group. Well, I feel like that group should know who John Marston is, right? Shouldn't they?
I mean,
I'll know. I'll call you out if you want me to.
No, I'm not looking for that.
I mean, I feel like some of them would, but like Westworld is also like it's pretty popular. I definitely have a shit ton of friends who like love Westworld, but have never played Westworld.
But I wouldn't recognize anyone other than the main characters. If you said that you were like this random background character, I would be like, yes, you are.
I mean, there are a lot of hosts, so.
Yeah, there's just random hosts, so.
But yeah, I mean, moral of the story is if you're kind of generally dressed in theme for some photo shoot and people might not know exactly who you are,
they're going to pretend like they do know who you are because they don't want to they don't want their geek cred to be diminished. They'll be like, yes, that character, I remember him. I'm hardcore now.
See, wait, what? I feel failing this right now because Deadpool always shows up at the DC shoots. And this was your chance to mention him.
Oh,
Andrew.
I'm slacking on the Deadpool. I'm sorry. I'm going to drink for that. I'm going to drink for slacking on Deadpool.
Deadpool shows up at everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uninvited and unwelcome.
Yes.
Please go away.
No, I find it pretty amusing, honestly.
He is fine.
It's like it's amusing.
Elsa.
It's amusing to an extent. There's a point where it's like
it's just like
but it's been surpassed by the Ricks and the Mortys. Like yes.
Oh yes, what's going to be this year's overdone costume? Last year
inflatable T-Rex again. Yeah, inflatable T-Rex.
Now I feel bad because I have an inflatable Godzilla I'm doing.
Oh
yeah, but
inflatable T-Rex is a little more.
Yeah. Also, I'm fairly certain because I was around you at Ice and Firecon. I'm fairly certain that your inflatable costume doesn't stink up to high heaven.
God no! Oh God no! That thing gets Febrezed every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is something we were gonna talk about earlier, and we probably still will. But yeah, that's a thing to think about. Febreze your shit, people.
Yes.
Yep.
Or just wash it if you can.
And Axe body spray is not the same as Febreze.
Oh God, Axe can smell a mile away. It's like it has its own rank. It's horrible. It's like it offends my olfactory senses.
I agree.
So
Febreze does work.
Yeah. So other stuff that we talked about last year, that's like good to touch on. Avoid con crud. Take your vitamins. Like if you haven't already started, you should have already. So do it.
I'm a fan of the cold FX pills. They've done me well in the past.
Yeah, I do a combination of vitamin C chewables and multivitamins, which like added together give me like, I don't know, like 900% of my vitamin C and like 110% of zinc and like over 100% of vitamin D. So that was a lifesaver the past couple years, both at DragonCon and at like other conventions too, at FireCon especially. So yeah, get on your vitamin regimen immediately if you haven't already.
You're doing better than me. I
started at the con.
Whatever liquors around.
The real issue is if you're currently taking vitamins and you come to the con, then you just stop all of a sudden. So your levels like, drop, and then you tank yourself with alcohol. And you're really in the dirt.
But that's because I used to pack them.
Yeah, I bring them.
I used to work night shift a lot, so a big one for me has always been bringing vitamin E. I mean, I know it's the sunshine one, but I've always felt that it like gives me a pick me up, and it like morning after a hangover, it helps me, you know, get the it's sunny out, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I brought mine last year, and I took them I sporadically. I think I took them every other day, so it was like good enough, you know.
At least you took them. That's the good thing.
Right.
Yeah. Other like big things, hand sanitizer, like to carry with you, preferably. Personally, I don't
wash your hands whenever you have the opportunity.
I don't like hand sanitizer. I'll just go into the bathrooms, like in the hotels when I'm like out and about, just to wash my hands.
Yeah. If your hands feel gross, that's probably a sign to just run them.
They are gross.
Don't touch your face. Wash your hands often or use hand sanitizer often. Don't touch your face. Bring antibacterial liquid hand soap for your room is like one like big thing I learned. I feel like since I started doing that, con crud for everybody in my room has dropped significantly. Last year, Becca was on the webcast. She said, you know, Lysol wipes are also good, but I feel like if you're, I don't know. I've never brought Lysol wipes to a con. Like, unless you have a roommate that's sick, what do you ever really need them for?
Right.
Yeah. It's just one more thing to carry. But antibacterial, like liquid antibacterial hand soap, and you have to make sure it's antibacterial, because I know I go into the store and I'm like, oh, this one looks pretty, or like it looks like it smells good. I like the color, and then I look at it, it's like, oh, it's not antibacterial. I don't want this at all. So yeah.
I think, especially if anybody watching this right now is, if you're new to DragonCon or newer to DragonCon, Peachtree Center has got a CVS and other stores down there, but the CVS especially, great place. If you forget something, I mean, even if it's just shampoo, if you forget something, there's a place to go. But like, there are things that definitely run out of stock, but vitamins and like cleanliness supplies don't seem to be one of them.
No.
So
should be.
Well, yeah, it should be.
Out before anything else.
And get stock up on Gatorade. You want to drink. Get your fluids in.
Yeah, or water, like a good person.
How about the morning after kind of? What do you all do? Like, you have a big night at con. What's your what do you take the next morning?
Okay, when I wake up, I take my 2 Advils, I take my vitamin E, and I chug a Gatorade. And I usually, I might take a shower if I didn't take one the night before. No, that usually does me pretty good, and then I start on the mimosas.
Water, coffee, something like carb related in my stomach, and then what Ashley said, start on the mimosas.
Water, obviously. I somebody turned me on to Ensure, you know, the old people drink.
Oh yeah.
That's actually probably a really good idea for a con when you're not eating a lot.
No joke though. Protein, vitamins, it's all there. Stop laughing, Tara. God damn it.
Well, I keep peanuts in my room specifically for that reason.
My grandmother loved
on the go.
I know. I get it.
But she used to like give them to me as like a treat because they taste like milkshakes. They are good.
But on the opposite end,
they bring all the old boys to the yard.
Okay, my brother took a nutritional course or whatever when he was in university, and he was like, "Yeah, you do not drink Ensure unless you're like emancipated. Like it's
emaciated.
Yeah, it's not for regular people.
Right.
It's for if you actually need a supplement.
That
but
totally
you know
explains
what?
why my grandmother drinks so much.
You kind of need that. It's not like you're actually eating proper food, so actually it's a good suggestion.
A lot of my friends are talking about Pedialyte also. Yeah. So on the opposite end of things, like baby drinks, right?
Pediasure.
Pediasure.
I was going to ask about that. Was actually would Pediasure work?
I've heard the Pedialyte, Pediasure stuff.
Pedialyte is just Gatorade safe for children.
Yeah.
It is just electrolyte water. It really is. It's just at a level that is safe for babies. Honestly, just drink Gatorade and you'll be getting your electrolytes. That's really. I work in a grocery store. Yes, it's Gatorade for babies. So you really don't need to spend the money. Pedialyte is really expensive. So you really don't need to spend the money on that. Just drink 2 bottles of Gatorade and you're getting whatever you get from a cup of Pedialyte. And you're saving a ton of money. Sorry, that was just a rant because I have feelings about that.
Good stuff. I always cut my Gatorade with like a little bit of water because it's too sweet. So that's something.
I can't
add a lot of sugar to it. So I just it kills me. But if I cut it 50-50, it's fine, and you get all the electrolytes.
Yeah, I'm in the like ibuprofen or Advil or Aleve and water boat, but also Bloody Marys.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, hair of the dog. But you can't use the mixers, like the like pre-made mixes you buy at like an ABC store or whatever. You can't use those. They're all like oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? They're all sugary. Yeah, no, they're not even sugary. They don't actually have tomato juice in them. Right. And the tomato juice is like what it's got all the vitamins in it. So you need to like
they have no nutritional value.
You have to go to a restaurant or a bar and order a Bloody Mary and also make sure that they don't just use a shitty mixer or just bring your own like mixer stuff, which is what I usually do because I drive. So yeah, which is kind of like the next thing, like do your shopping at home if you can.
Yeah. This is going to sound horrible. I mix half of my stuff with water, and this includes the alcohol. So it's like, yeah.
Oh, dude, I always am carrying a giant water bottle.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah. People used to make fun of me for it. And the older I've gotten, and maybe it's just that the older I've gotten, the older my friends have gotten. Well, so sure they're less likely to make fun of me now. But like 15 years ago, it was hilarious that I drank water while I was drinking alcohol. And it's like, yeah, but who's hungover tomorrow? It's not me usually. Yeah. So just saying.
Yeah, but don't you somebody starts asking for shots? Like that it ends your evening so quickly, right? Like I'm kind of a beer guy anyway, but it's like so water makes total sense to me because I don't I don't need to go to bed at 10 o'clock.
I'm not paying for Marriott prices of shots.
Fair.
And I'm also or drinking out of something that somebody might have been backwashing into. That's how you get sick.
That's how you get con. Yeah.
No.
That's how you get scurvy.
The random flasks. No, I'm done with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hit my flask or hit my plastic bag. That's how I got sick last year. I got hit with a plastic bag. Yeah.
Wait, a plastic bag?
Like one of the wine bags. I just had a wine bag. And I was like, "Go hit my bag."
You know the wine rack?
No, I just hit it.
I know those. Yeah.
Was it somebody
with his backpack?
Was it somebody you knew?
It was not somebody you knew.
Okay.
I was with people you know, but we're not going to disclose that because they hit the bag too, and I'm not going to shame them.
Somebody said backpack. Have you actually seen this? I got kicked out of
Oh yeah, no. We have
Like
a
a
friend
camelback?
who made a drinking pack out of his costume, and he was just
I can believe this.
We got
pouring
kicked out of
drinks for us all because he had like a tube coming out of his backpack, and it was part of the costume, so it really worked.
I think I might was that at the steampunk ball because
yes,
I know who that was.
But he was pouring it into cups.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wasn't people weren't putting the thing in their mouths. He was like pouring it into cups for people. Yeah. So because I drank out of that, and that was why I drank out of it, because he wasn't letting people like actually drink directly out of the spout. He was pouring it into little cups. Otherwise, it would not have happened. I am nope. Not putting my mouth where God knows who else's mouths have been there. That's what she said.
I think we should drink for that.
Yeah.
You don't want to try? Here.
How many people have actually in this chat have like actually tried pie? Like I've never actually had.
I have. Well, I've
made it.
That's the thing. Like
you made it.
Isn't pie when people make it themselves and bring it in?
It's got to be homebrew, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so I don't know anyone who's done that.
Actually, I'm gonna go like personal for a second here. Were you at Nauticon 2015 at Ravenwood? I think you were.
Well, I was at a Nauticon at Ravenwood. I don't know if it was 2015.
Yes. Okay. So we used to have Ice and Fire Con at this place called Ravenwood Castle. Nauticon 2015 actually was the year that oh shoot, no, that was Harry Potter year. You weren't there.
No, I was there.
Damn it. Okay, so
I was there when we did the Wildling thing.
Yeah, our Ice and Fire Con group does like not every year, but for most years, we have done like what we call Nauticon, where we do like a themed weekend somewhere fun. And
we cosplay because why not?
And in 2015, it was at Ravenwood Castle, which is where we used to have Ice and Fire Con. And I like made a shit. I mean, it was in October, so I made a shit ton of pie.
Oh wow.
But I think we got rid of that rule. Thank you very much. We would have drank like 300 times.
I can always make some this year. I've still got my recipe.
But yeah, it's super easy to make. It's like apple cider and Everclear. And
not the way I make it.
A couple other things. I don't know.
You heat it though, right? The whole part is
you have to
heat it up.
Yeah.
Literally, what it is stovetop moonshine is what you're making.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds amazing, actually.
Okay, I guess I'm making it this year.
Are you driving distance? Like you can just.
Yeah, she's.
I'm more of a distance, so yes. I am.
I have family. I have family from the south, so you know. Like I have actual real Hatfields, Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
Hatfields in my family. Like no joke, descendants of all that. And
we might be distantly related, like 13 generations removed from Arkansas, so it's possible.
What's up, cousin?
White people of the South.
Well, in Canada we have the Newbies, and that's where
I always know. Canada!
That's where the moonshine comes in. It's the turnips. They make the turnip moonshine.
That actually sounds really good.
Turnip? What did you say?
I like turnips. I got nothing.
They make their moonshine from turnips.
I mean, I like turnips.
The Canadian
too,
moonshine is from turnips.
Hey, don't diss the turnips. Those are good.
I don't think that's not pie level though. Like,
no.
Really
Pie is like it's very sugary and it's well, if you make it like right.
You can't tell you're getting drunk. You can't taste the alcohol, and after 2 glasses, you're flat on your ass, and it's like, oh.
If you make it right, it actually doesn't have a shit ton of sugar in it. So there's that too.
Well, maybe we should like for the uninitiated. The reason it's called pie is it tastes like apple pie. It tastes just like apple pie, but in liquid form. It's amazing.
I don't scary. I do not add any extra sugar to mine. It's like, no, I just use the sugars that's in all the ingredients. So at that point, it's like, I guess I'm making it this year, huh?
You're bringing this, yes?
I guess I am. Yes.
You've been assigned a mission.
Yes, I am. All right. There's the
like honestly, I would offer to, but I am in the midst of some like house nonsense that I need to deal with, so I don't have time to
like dog fights.
Yeah, dog fights, dogging.
Oh yeah, we had a little pre-conversation, and she had to bring up a dog fight. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a dog fight. It was a dog and a cat fighting. So it was like
someone's food.
Interspecies fight.
Well, sounds like something that can happen at Dragon Con.
It sounds like something that has happened at Dragon Con with the Miss Klingon pageant.
I was thinking furries, but you just took it somewhere else.
Dragon Con bingo.
Okay, so
excuse me.
So yeah, do your shopping at home if you can. If not, do it as early as possible at Dragon Con, like Wednesday if you get there Wednesday, Thursday morning, or early afternoon if you can't do it Wednesday. But also, like, if you have
the drinking store near it, they jack their prices way up. You can tell
all of the ones that are all of the ones that are in the
which store are we talking about?
All liquor stores.
There's one by the Hyatt if you go there, and then to the corner, like since the great one is gone now, but that's the only one.
Yeah, it's literally like a corner. Like in New England, we call them corner packies. Like it's literally on the corner of the road. But yeah, that place is, and they don't have a good selection.
And they jacked all their prices up, and
$70 for a handle.
They always, I mean, the other places did too, but this place seems to be just worse.
Like the CVS will have some beer, but that's about it.
I will say though, if you have Instacart, you might actually just be able to get stuff delivered.
Is that a thing in Atlanta? Can you like just order booze and people will bring it to you?
I mean, it is in Orlando, so I assume it is in Atlanta too. Like,
we should look into that.
I have to apologize. I meant to research this, but there is a place off-site we've gone to, like we've Ubered over. That's like a big, giant liquor store, warehouse kind of thing.
Like Total Wine and More.
Yeah, like one of those.
I know that place.
Don't remember the name, and it's pretty fantastic, and the prices aren't outrageous. They don't just jack everything up because it's gone.
Well, I mean, also if you have to like Uber to it, I'm guessing they're far enough away that they don't feel that, they probably don't care.
Well, there are grocery stores also within Uber distance too, so we're just limited to the.
Really, the danger is walking distance. Walking distance, things will be increased in price, except for CVS, which will be sold out as Dean
Thursday night. Well, Thursday last year.
The beer is gone on Thursday.
Yeah. Get in there Wednesday, Thursday. Otherwise, it's gone.
That's actually worth talking about, though. Like, there is actually a safety factor walking around Atlanta with bags of beer or booze in your hands, or just in general. Honestly, let's be honest.
Yeah, the CVS is right next to the Hyatt, so you're pretty okay there. But you don't want to start going off-site.
No.
Right.
Yeah. At night, especially.
And the police are told about conventioners. They've been like, hey, there's this convention going on. They might have fake guns, so maybe not shoot them on site.
Well, like we do the fleet does our big party every year offsite at Sidebar, but you're walking out of there at 2 a.m. I mean, hopefully you're Ubering, but sometimes we walk back. I've had that happen, and there are people out there that want to sell you illegal substances, we'll say, and it's pretty rough. It's actually pretty rough. I mean, downtown Atlanta is
the aquarium one year, and it's not really far. If you want to walk to the aquarium, you could totally do it. But you know what? You should probably take the bus back.
Yeah, it's okay during the day, but I wouldn't walk from the aquarium at night.
Right.
Yeah, that brings up a point with me, I guess. I'm going to let you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm doing the Dark Crystal Ball at the Center for Puppetry Arts this year. It's like I don't think they have a shuttle, so it's like, I'm Ubering. I'm Ubering there and back.
That's actually something I'm curious about because I've wanted to do that.
Use Lyft, no.
I don't know enough about it. How far the distance is. How far is it, like, say, compared to the aquarium? Like, is it further away than the aquarium?
It actually is, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then for sure, Uber.
Yeah.
What was the
one of the two? The Dark Crystal Ball at the Center for Puppetry Arts this year.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping to do it again next year. I didn't have the funds to do it this year.
I hope they do.
But like they did the Labyrinth one 2 years in a row, so I'm hoping they do it this one 2 years.
It is if they'll do it 2 years in a row if the event is extended. Yeah. I know they have the exhibit for at least 1 year, but they've actually been building sets and everything. If you check out the Center for Puppetry Arts Facebook page, they've got a lot of stuff on that. It's
hopefully the event is successful enough that they'll be like, hey, we should hold this at least a little bit.
Well, the puppetry track writ large is very popular at Dragon Con. It's one of the most popular tracks. The events always score big. The last 3 years,
I really want to go to the Puppetry Slam 1 year.
I've gone twice.
It's amazing.
I actually know the director. He's amazing.
And the Star Wars puppetry the parody was like really great too. I went to that 2 years in a row. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the sci-fi janitors or?
No. Okay. This guy just did Star Wars. The first time he did New Hope, and then he did the whole trilogy.
Oh wow!
And it's all with custom puppets and
really cool.
Custom lines. It was great.
One guy.
I think his name is like Matt Horner or something. But like, he did an amazing job, and I think he's going to do other series too, and like just kind of spoof and parody them. But it was great.
The cool thing, if I can keep on topic for just like a couple of seconds about the Puppetry Slam, the After Dark Puppetry Slam, they actually have to submit sketches in before they're selected to perform it.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Like when you go to the cosplay.
So those puppets are made months in advance.
The skit contest, and it's like so painful. And you just sort of like, why couldn't they have like a form where they could?
No, they have to submit to get
cut the people who are horrible.
This is why I just do walk-ons.
There's so much bad like Masquerade, you're just walking on, but like for the skit contest, it can be really difficult. Like
this
really,
prevented.
Really I feel like I'm a bad person saying that, but you know what?
It's okay. It's okay.
You know, you feel my pain. You feel it.
Actually, I do. On Otakon, they required them to be pre-recorded. So there you go. You had to have it in advance.
Yeah, I mean, that might be something we eventually have to do at Ice and Fire Con for our performance contest, because like even this year it was like difficult to hear people in the back of the room.
Yes, I'm fully in pre-recording. It's not hard. Like the software is free.
It's not at all. It's just it takes away like things like we had people like with us, we had people playing guitar. You know what I mean? And it's like you can't really you can't fake
like for singing, maybe have the mic, but for skits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway,
off topic.
Sorry about that. Yeah, off topic. It happened. At this point, we are an hour and 22 minutes in.
I refilled. I'm good.
I have drank more than half of this bottle of wine. This is a very large bottle.
Hold on.
Wait, are we doing that? Wait. Okay, I've got 3 empties. I'm working on my 4th.
I've killed 2 beers and 1 mixed drink. So
already half. So I put a good dent in it.
Can I just recommend this? If you like sours, oh my god, this is.
Oh,
amazing.
I like raspberry though.
Oh, cool.
And it's like it's a generic can, right? But this is so good. Anyway,
just like crushed raspberry sour. It sounds like it's like a soda.
It actually sounds good.
It's not. It's great. Anyway.
So our final conclusion was that there is a LCP. Oh, sorry, that's like Ontario thing. There is a liquor store, kind of kitty corner to Hyatt. Otherwise, you should probably try to order in.
Mm-hmm.
I usually just bring mine.
Yeah, I'm like I actually need to know now if Instacart delivers to the hotels, because like
I feel like this is something the internet can solve, Tara.
I know.
Package stores delivering. That would be the best thing ever.
I'm afraid to like look anything up because I'm hosting this. So like if I slow down my internet, it could screw things up.
Right now.
But also, like, speaking of customs and flying.
Damn it.
Oh god.
Not in your carry-on, but in your packed luggage that goes into the cargo, you are allowed to bring liquor. So
really,
just if you can weigh your bag and it's not weighing too much.
If it's not open, it can't be open.
Instacart is in Atlanta, Tara. You're good.
That's assuming TSA doesn't open your bag, though, right?
Well, it's in Atlanta. That doesn't mean they deliver to the
they
hotel.
Won't take it out. Like it's legal to fly it as long as it's closed. And you're not
as long as
over
it's
the weight limits, you're good.
Yeah, as long as it's sealed, you're fine.
What if it breaks in your bag?
Well,
That's why
you should probably put it in a
wrap it.
bag.
Then bring like vodka. Vodka
Bubble
doesn't
wrap.
stain.
Yes, but you can
I've
smell the reek of it.
Yeah, I've transported liquor before in like checks
Any
baggage.
liquids I put in a bag. I do not trust that. My
It's
cat
also-
peed in my suitcase once. I got to my con, I opened my suitcase, and I was like, holy shit, my cat peed in here. So I was not going to touch it. It was not a good day. I had to wash all my costumes in the bathtub and hang it up over the blower thingy.
Yeah, I know what you're
vent.
talking. Yeah, your cat peed on your costume, and you have to hang it up over the shower rack.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm
And you never can get the smell out, no matter how much you try.
I'm working on a vinyl-based costume right now, and my cat
Well, that's
like,
just
is interested in it, and I'm super freaking out.
Yeah,
that
don't
he's
let
gonna
it
claw it.
claw. Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
every pinhole shows.
Yeah,
like, I'm
right?
freaking
Well,
out.
yeah, if you vinyl or leather or pleather, if you sew one hole in it, it's going to stay permanently.
Right.
But and if your cat pees on it, the good thing is you can actually use Lysol wipes, get it off, and then I'm serious on this. I've done it.
Funny topic. Full circle.
I'm sorry.
No, Joyce, sorry. Full circle, Lysol wipes.
But you can
You
use
know
a
what they-
Lysol wipe on full vinyl and it'll get it out. The smell anyway.
So I don't know if you got this yet, but like pretty much I always reference Battlestar Galactica because that's my thing. But
I like that.
We need
flight
more
suits.
Battlestar.
The flight suits, we learned this from the show, and this is what we do for our flight suits. They do a mixture of vodka and water, and that's what you spray into the suits to destinkify them.
That's
Nice.
actually what I drink. So
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
But it's great because
Sure. Oh, yeah.
it kills the germs because it's
Oh, yeah.
alcohol, but it doesn't smell.
So yeah, and it would evaporate really fast too. So
Exactly,
Maybe
exactly.
do that instead of Febreze.
Yeah.
Does that work better than the
Yeah.
Febrezing your costumes?
alcohol will actually get rid of the stench and the sweat smell. Not
It
the
actually
stain,
kills
but it's-
germs.
yeah.
It legitimately kills germs.
Right,
So,
you're sanitizing, but Febreze is better at odor elimination.
Yes.
Yeah. yeah. But I think that's just, is it just a cover up though?
No. Febreze was actually that. I read a really good article on it. It really was developed for space flight to like completely kill the odor, like to neutralize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Well,
cool.
I mean, and to top it all, like honestly, the reason Febreze does its job is because you aren't supposed to like spray it around your pets.
Yeah, I know. They actually, no, this is sad. They have a pet-friendly version now because if your pets piss on your stuff, which mine have done, it's like, oh, damn it!
Yeah.
What kind of pets do you guys have? Like,
Well, it was
Okay, this is
close
my
after
old
we got
cat,
her.
Oscar.
She was a kitten, so
um,
she hasn't done it since. But I've been extra paranoid when I'm packing because I like put all my costumes out
Oh, geez.
like in a row because I want to make sure I have all the parts for it.
They'll
and I'm
only
like
do it at 3
super
times.
paranoid now. Like whenever she even like sniffs them, I'm just like, no, get ready.
No, my
I
rabbit's
know.
instant.
so
They'll
do
only do it
we-
3 times when they're babies, when they're like geriatric, borderline like seniors, or if they're pissed off at you and they know they'll get a rise out of you. And
Yeah,
they
but do
know.
you pull something out of your closet that you haven't worn for a couple of years, and you find like the cat's been like sleeping on it or rubbing against it, or oh my
You
god,
have this layer of fur you just peel off.
yes, it's like 6 inches thick,
Yeah.
and you just want to murder the cat. Yeah.
No, it was mine ate my cashmere scarf.
What?
ate it?
There were
What?
holes in it where he chewed holes in it. He ate
You
it.
have some bad pets, let me tell you.
No, I
I'm
have
glad.
You're the
Meanwhile,
one making
mine
the fights.
literally got in a
To be fair,
fight.
I'm free since '86.
when mine peed, it was still a kitten. She hasn't done
Okay.
it since, but I'm paranoid.
I'm sorry.
No. Okay, so before we go into like our personal like schedules and highlights and stuff, okay, Andrew, I want to clarify this. Like, you told me that what was Parking Panda is now Spot Hero, but then I read somewhere else that they're actually still separate things. Is that the case?
Okay, yes, they're still separate things. However,
Okay.
Dragon Con has officially announced that the official app for parking at Dragon Con downtown is Spot Hero now.
Okay.
So they endorse Spot Hero now, not Parking Panda. That is to find a spot nearby. Now, granted, based on a friend searching and saying that the only spots available were really expensive, I probably guarantee that most spots have been taken or reserved by now. But that's the app that they're using. to kind of reserve spots nearby.
You can still use Parking Panda. It's just not affiliated with DragonCon, and you know what? At this point, maybe it might be better because it sounds like the other one is filled up.
Yeah. So try both. Hell, I mean, if you get something, you get something, right?
I know. I'm just gonna be parking at the Hyatt because I'm lazy.
Well, I've driven down before, and I've heard so many stories about people getting their cars broken into that I'm so paranoid about like driving down at all.
I'm actually Ubering to Marta, then taking Marta to Dragon.
Yeah, we actually drive in a rental car, drop all of our stuff off, and then bring it to the airport and Marta back because we don't like to deal with paying, number one, the fee, and number two, the risk of it getting damaged.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's like a really good.
Really good.
I've never had an issue with like damage or anything like that. My problem, twice, not just once, but twice, the Hyatt has not known where the car was. Like it was in the parking garage. They just couldn't find it. And one year it was like, I'm not even kidding you, we waited an hour.
I'm collaborating the story. It was over an hour.
It was over an hour. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, what was that? Yeah. 2 years ago? It was 2 years ago.
It was hell. They
lost their car pretty much.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they found it, and the worst part was it was literally like right around the corner where we couldn't see it. So it was the Hyatt Valet is.
I've had that happen at another convention, but it's not false.
It's like if you ever have to go into your car and then they have to repark it, then they've lost it. It's lost. It's lost forever.
Yep.
Which is what we had to do on Monday because we were checking out. So.
I think what Andrew just mentioned though is like I was there. I was actually there on Tuesday last year because I was working the week before in Atlanta. But taking a rental car. Well, if you're traveling into the airport, taking the MARTA. Now, the first year I went to DragonCon, 2007. Right. I took a cab, and it was like $30 or something. But I was splitting. It was like a $60 trip. Right. Somebody was like, you should take the MARTA. And I was like, what's the MARTA? I was terrified because I didn't have any idea. I was in a new town. Like I'd never been to Atlanta. Right. But the MARTA, like seriously, if anybody's listening to this who's never been or has never tried the MARTA, it's like $2. It's a 20-minute ride on a train from the airport. They drop you off under the Marriott, which is dead center of the convention. It's the easiest thing imaginable. And it's kind of cool. Like if you put cash into the machine, you get those Sacagawea coins out of it for change. It's like,
I still have those.
And you can see the longest escalator ever. Like those escalators are like the descent into hell.
But make sure you go out. You go up the right. Which way? Okay, help me out here because I have to do this. Which side, left or right? Which one is the right one to go up?
The right side is left side. Left side.
Is it left side? Okay.
Sorry. Right side right side.
Because one of them sucks. It takes you far. It takes you randomly far away. But
right side is by the CVS. It's technically more like southerly, but
But really, the train is actually great, and you get to see a little bit of Atlanta, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's fast. It's super fast. And when I took that cab ride, that was like an hour, like in traffic. 20 minutes, maybe.
And you can play the fun game. Who else is going to DragonCon?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can tell too. They always have their badges on. Or who's coming back from DragonCon.
Right.
Those are the people that are asleep on the train. I found.
Well, no.
When you're going home. When you're going back to the airport.
That are not drunk and passed out. Yeah.
I've never had that problem. I've just been zombie.
Yeah. No, I watched a friend standing up fall asleep on the train on the way back to the airport.
It probably depends. Are they leaving on Monday or are they leaving on Tuesday? those Monday people who are not.
She was a New Yorker, so like subways, like it's a thing. So
are all of y'all staying into Monday or are you
Monday?
Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
I have to go back to work on Tuesday, so I'm local.
So I have to work too, but
that's actually.
I'm not coming in on Wednesday, but I'm staying till Tuesday.
Okay.
Actually, on the schedule. Wait, where is it?
I've got it right. Wait, the schedule or the PDF?
I printed it out.
Yeah, me too.
I don't see it. Anyway, Monday night, the alcohol disposal party.
Yes, alcohol disposal party, drink specific party.
No, my boss is going to be pissed if I don't come into work that.
No, if you're looking for a wild party, it's not a wild party. It's really chillax.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, we also haven't been since 2014, Ashley.
I feel like it's probably not changed. It's people who need to get up in the morning. And
Never have a problem getting rid of my alcohol. By the way, if any of you guys want any alcohol, just please come to my room and you can have it.
I have to say, like, the person who puts on that party and just gets that massive amount of alcohol at the end is probably just like, yes. Because there was the one year I went, this table was just filled. Like, it's like a couple of banquet tables lined up together of people's just, almost half full hard liquor. And someone had to take that home. And that person just was like, yes.
He's doing the Lord's work.
The Hilton last year shut it. They shut it down in the main. There's those levels like every fifth floor?
Yeah, that's where it was.
They shut it down because it's loud, of course, and it's Monday night, and you're starting to get like non-con people staying at the hotel, so they're not as forgiving, as they were.
I'm pretty sure it got shut down the year we went to.
I'm pretty sure every time we try to hang out on that.
It's every year.
Oh my god. The Hilton hates us. It's us. It's us. We're the
I have a question.
We tried to have a games night there. It did not happen.
Real fast. Were you able to get on the Hyatt roof at one time since you've been going to Dragon Con 11 years?
Who are you asking?
You, Dean.
You are the
No, I don't think so.
The Hyatt roof.
I've had rumors that some of my friends who've been going to Dragon Con since they're local forever have been able to get on the Hyatt roof at one point in time, but I know they lock it now, so...
Yeah, I imagine they lock it. That sounds like a super liability issue with drunk.
I feel like people would die.
I'm just wondering because some people said they broke into it, so I'm...
Yeah.
Is there a bar up there?
No.
No.
They're
not talking about the vortex.
No.
They're talking
Polaris.
Polaris.
We're talking about
Is there a bar at the top of the Hyatt, though, somewhere?
In the Polaris, there's a bar.
Well, wait, there is a bar in the Hyatt as of 2 years ago, but I forgot what it's called. But it's at one of the floors, not on the rooftop itself.
Yeah, I think it's Polaris.
Okay.
I could be wrong about
the lobby. I mean, it's like the lobby and then Polaris. Those are the two bars.
Yeah. But it's not on the roof. I mean, but it's up there.
Okay, that's why I'm asking. So.
I don't even know. I don't even know if it's like as high up as the Westin.
Or is it like a fancy restaurant?
I think it's like a fancy.
It's a very fancy restaurant because they were showing me the menu when it's like, oh, you want to go up to our bar? It's like, no, I think I'm good. I'm going to pay. Thanks.
Can I just go up there and pretend to be fancy one day?
Yeah, me pretending to be fancy. That's a good one.
You know what's...
I love how Atlanta has dueling rotating restaurants. Polaris and the Sundial. I've been to the Sundial. It's nice. It also kills children on the road.
Exactly.
So, what? On the road.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's on the west side, right?
What? Come on.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The view is great. The food is great.
They also killed a small child one time.
Yeah.
How? What are you talking about?
The child crawled in between the gap and got crushed. So,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Way to bring the room down, Andrew.
Sorry.
Because I got to story about
like
that.
Mad now.
No, I'm not. My sister is texting me because apparently she's going to show up at my house any minute, and I don't like.
Oh, bring her on. Give her a headset.
Yeah. Okay, so minus children dying in rotating bars. Thanks, Andrew. I feel like that's worthy of a drink.
We should drink.
Yeah, I should drink.
We can't drink the dead children.
No, we're RIPing this.
We can drink the dead pool.
He's a Deadpool.
That was a bad segue.
It is what it is.
It was still a segue, though.
It's a bad one, but it existed. Okay, so what are we all doing at Dragon Con? And this, we'll make this quick because we all have our own things, whatever. I have a shit ton of panels. If you really want to know what my panels are, like I listed them off. Actually, I mean, Andrew and I are on most of them together, so I think
60%, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm going to few of them.
I'm really sure I got rejected from mine, but not sure if I was rejected because that letter was super vague.
I'm going to show up and ask you awkward questions.
Your writer's panel in my Godzilla costume. I'm just warning you. So.
Oh, good, because you showed up at one of my panels at Ice and FireCon in that costume too.
Yes, we did. We're very sorry about that.
No, that was great. I love that costume. It was my favorite one. I wish you were wearing it more longer because I was like, you guys got to see this costume, and then no one saw it.
We're going to be wearing it for Dragon Con. It's just a little different. It's a pun.
So, I have an author reading at 1 on Friday in the Vinings room at the Hyatt. I have no idea what I'm doing for it, but I am wearing this. You can't really see it, but I am wearing this fantasy bitch tank top.
You should explain where that came from.
I need to know those buttons.
Everyone knows what that is, right?
Yeah, everyone needs to know that story.
So I moderate the local Greenville, South Carolina subreddit, and somebody that I banned got real mad at me. Apparently, I had to bring out the ban hammer because we had a couple users who were being just. I'm talking just really awful fucking people, like awful people. And
she cursed.
Yes.
Well, I thought we kind of killed that rule since I don't know.
I came home from KeishlyCon, actually.
KeishlyCon.
Which is when Ashley, our fellow webcaster here, and Keith, her now husband, got married, and so we came home from that, or I came home from that, and I had like 10 reports on this one person. So I banned them from the subreddit. Well, they have a sock puppet account, which is whatever. Everybody I know has a fucking sock puppet account on Reddit. So they have, since then, they have reported every single thing I've posted on the local subreddit. And it's like, I only post stuff on there when it's like super relevant. I'm a moderator. I can't really afford to be throwing nonsense out there. So they've been reporting everything. And sometimes it's just they report it as spam. And I can't see the name of who's reporting it, but I know that it's the same person because it gets reported as spam, then it gets reported and I'm called some other derogatory names that I'm not going to say on this webcast, but they start with C and end with unt. Then at one point they called me a fantasy bitch. And then they did it again, like 2 days later, they reported like the next post I made with like the same, what I guess they think is a pejorative, like calling me a fantasy
adjective,
bitch.
Yes.
No, not adjective, pejorative.
Sorry.
Like they think this is something that's going to upset me, which is hilarious.
I think it's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why we started a clothing line.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So
you did start a clothing line.
Yeah. So one of my friends who is a she's not like actually officially a graphic designer, but she does do like not spare time. She does it on the side. So she helped, like she came up with this logo. Like we were chatting about it and I was like, I think it should have this and this and this. And she came up with the actual graphic of the fantasy bitch thing. And so I had some stickers made and I had some koozies made. And the t-shirt is only for me because t-shirts tank top.
Yeah.
These are expensive, but yeah. So I have a bunch of stickers that I'm going to be kind of giving out at random if people find me, or if I see somebody who I just like their costume or whatever. And then I have koozies, but I only have like 10 of those. So those are only going to like people who come to my author reading or whatever. But so like I'm gonna make this a thing if I can. I'm doing my best.
Dragon Con is a place to do that. A place to do that.
I posted it on the Dragon Con subreddit, and people are like, "Oh my god, where can I find you?" And I'm like,
right?
You woke the dragon,
Sarah.
You can totally monetize
making buttons for that.
I feel like badge ribbons would be like pretty fantastic for this.
That may be like a future thing when I actually have money, because I don't right now. I got lucky with the koozies. I had a credit on the website that I ordered them from, so they were basically it cost me like, I don't know, $10 or something, whereas normally it would have been like 40. So but yeah, so
oh my god. lanyards.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
Because Dragon Con doesn't provide them.
Right?
God no, I filled my battery in.
I'd rather have
mass
a
order
lanyard
those,
saying fantasy bitch rather than just the weird dragon thing going.
But I have a Marriott carpet lanyard. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I
we
can
do
give
I
it
know
too.
who does those. That's
Right.
awesome.
I'd double up. I'd double
Switch them up,
that.
yeah.
Two fists that lanyard.
But yeah, so I will be handing out the stickers throughout the weekend. My only rule is don't come up to me after a panel. Before a panel is fine if you're early enough, but like after a panel, most of the time I'm going to be running to another panel, so don't do that, please. But I will be having, I will have stickers and the koozies at my author reading Friday at 1. And then I've got 2 Apocalypse Rising panels. One is Friday at 2:30, and it's called Join the Resistance, Dystopias of Change. I haven't really seen a description of it, but it's, it's like a apocalyptic, whatever, dystopian themed panel. And then I have another one with them on Saturday that's called, this is the one I'm really excited about. It's called Friend Zone.
I saw that one. Yeah.
The importance of platonic relationships in the zombie apocalypse. I'm super excited about that one because
Go to that.
there's so many like platonic relationships in like shows and stuff that I've watched that I'm like, oh, I wish this had, mostly The Walking Dead. There's so many platonic relationships in the comics that I wish had like been translated over into the TV show. So, and then like we have a shit ton of Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones panels.
Yay!
4 p.m. on Friday, Sons of the Dragon. And these are all in Marriott L401 to 403. So 4 p.m. on Friday, Sons of the Dragon, which is about the novella. 5:30 p.m., because this time is wrong, 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, There Must Always Be a Stark at Dragon Con. And then I have another religion and high fantasy kind of general panel Sunday at 2:30. And then we're doing, aka redoing, Looney Game of Thrones theory on Sunday night. So
you guys, if I can't get in, you guys are gonna get me in, right?
Like, well, I gotta be honest. Last year there was a line, and if you lined up, it started at 10 Saturday night last year. If you lined up after 9:30, you didn't get it.
Well, okay, we came from the aquarium. And
you guys, I don't even
coming late.
PM?
To get in
PM line?
Wait, what?
PM evening?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was because it's a fan panel, so it's in one of the smaller rooms. So
this was the first time that we've done a theory book and show combined theory panel.
Yeah, we came in about halfway through. It was standing space only. We were able to go in because at that point, I guess they were just like, whatever. But
that's how it usually happens.
It was standing room only when we went in.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy last year. And then we've also got another Song of Ice and Fire panel on Monday. It's White Walkers, Wargs, and Weirwoods. So that's it.
Woo!
Well, Tara, you forgot the most important thing. 10 p.m. North Remembers Party Saturday.
Oh, I was going to talk about that.
Oh, party.
A specific party, by the way.
You did that on purpose.
Yes, I did.
Of course you did. I haven't drinking nothing yet.
That brings me to another opening here. I think I'm ahead of all of you.
How so?
I refilled. My Gatorade bottle is on second.
My proof is a little bit high.
I'm on.
Oh, are you on vodka? Was that vodka?
That's
Oh,
vodka.
you maniac!
I've had Crown and Dr. Pepper.
Okay,
I've been doing the boxed wine version.
Yes, that's amazing.
You guys, you have no idea. Talking about Canada again, your liquor prices are so cheap. I can't
just think
what is cheap?
$18.
By the
When
way,
I buy boxed wine in Canada, it is $38. $38 for this.
Look
This
at that.
was 18, and I was very scared because I'm like, why is it only 18?
Because it's the United States of America.
You know what?
Because alcohol is the
I'm
legal
not like
drug.
this is 6.5% by volume for a beer.
You can
Is
buy a 26er for
ridiculous.
less than $20, and you guys
A what?
don't know what a 26er is. So I'm just like,
What's
nope.
what's a 26er?
Right?
Is it
Ounces?
26 liters?
Okay, it's like a general bottle. I think it's 26 ounces is what it stands for.
So it's 2 beers plus 2 ounces.
Yeah. We have something called 40s here, Ashley.
Yep.
Right. You haven't lived until you've had some old English.
Right.
You guys have Mickeys. You guys don't know what Mickeys are. You don't know what a 2-4 is.
Mickey?
Not talking about Canada. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be constantly drinking. Okay.
You don't have the drinking lingo. Like,
Maybe
what
I
do you
think.
guys call a 24 case of beer? We call it a 24.
Yeah,
lot
A
of beer.
2-4.
we
A
just call it
2-4.
Get some beer.
We call it a 2-4. What do you call a 24 case of
case.
beer?
A shitload of beer.
I don't know if there's an actual term.
Well, shit.
Okay.
Hold on.
So,
Whoa!
Yeah, I know.
Amanda just fell over.
Hi, sorry.
I think
We had
her
a small
camera fell
accident.
over.
I'm sorry for derailing this. Go on to Dragon Con.
Yeah. So
Give me a second, guys.
Yeah. Take your time. So, the North Remembers Party, it's in Hyatt Grand East and Hilton. I'm sorry, Hilton Grand East. My friend Adam is DJing. He did the zombie prom last year and got like rave reviews, which I knew he would because I got him the job. And he's amazing.
You have to go back to the zombie prom. Finish your thing, but I need to know what
That's
is.
Friday night.
Yeah.
It's Friday night. Yeah.
Just tell me what it is after.
Sheridan. It's at the Sheridan.
Yeah.
Sheridan?
No, it's
Oh.
not. It's not. It's at the Hilton this year.
they moved
Hilton.
it.
Oh, nice.
So zombie prom. It used to. Well, it used to be in the Westin.
Yeah, that's what I
because
thought.
that's where Apocalypse Rising is. But no, it's in the Hilton this year. But no, he DJ'd zombie prom last year. He's actually doing zombie prom on Friday night again this year. And by the way, I've just mentioned a party like 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of you.
So he did that last year, and I actually know Adam because he DJ'd the MegaCon Tampa after a party in 2016 and was like super great. So this year, when Jennifer, the track director for High Fantasy, said we're getting a Game of Thrones party, I said, hey, I know a DJ. So we're gonna have a good DJ, and we are gonna have a cosplay contest. It's just gonna be like certificates or whatever. We don't, there's no budget.
And like just to say, all of us Ice and Fire people who have been doing the whole Ice and Fire Party Con thing for many years, we're all bringing our A game.
Yeah.
So bring your A game Ice and Fire Party Con.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That means not the character, but a party version.
Well, there are going to be. So for the cosplay contest, I'm gonna MC it.
MC Tara.
I'm gonna MC it apparently. So that's a thing that's happening. But we do have. There's gonna be like several categories, and I know there's gonna be a screen accurate one.
Oh, so
and then
there's going to be show accurate.
There's going to be screen accurate. There's going to be a party casual, party/casual, and then there's going to be best audience reaction and a couple judges' choice.
Oh, nice.
So there's going to be like 4 to 5 different, and again, it's just certificates. Like this is all for fun. This isn't super serious. But
we're saying we should kill our competition.
Yeah.
I can do this. Thanks.
So I'm really excited. Like I'm working with the DJ. Like we're gonna write up like a script to actually like do the cosplay contest. This is kind of on the DL, and we don't know if it's going to happen. And let's say that it's only about like 30% chance, but the track director is trying to get Pilo and Alfie to show up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's go murder my
I will
nephew.
say So my one celebrity experience at DragonCon was taking an elevator with Iron Fist Dude.
With who?
Finn Jones.
Yes. He was in the elevator with
Danny
us.
Rand. You haven't heard about him? Danny Rand, the Iron Fist, the immortal Iron Fist, protector of Carmelin.
Also,
Rand of Rand Enterprises.
My celebrity run-in was taking the elevator with him.
But also Hodor
cool.
though.
But also what?
Hodor.
Hodor?
Oh yeah, like
I've met him at other
Kristen,
cons.
yeah.
I haven't met him at DragonCon. I've met him.
Yeah, you did.
Wait,
You did. You were there.
photo. He didn't remember me from the other con. Not surprising.
I wish people didn't remember me from a lot of stuff. So there you go.
So like we need the North Remembers How to Party to be good. Like to be not good, but we need people to show up so that we can actually have it again in the future.
Yeah,
so.
you know what? I should totally say, hey, the DragonCon parties group, which is a thing. Hey, this
is what. Give the schedule again. When is it?
10 p.m. Saturday night in the Hilton Grand East Ballroom.
There's a lot of parties on the Saturday.
Saturday is like the only day I don't have a party to go to.
It's fantastic for everybody who is staying in the Hilton. You know who it's not fantastic for? Me.
I'm staying in the Hilton.
Hi,
it's all part of the habit trail.
There you go.
Yeah, but I have to. Never mind. This is a personal thing. I have to set up the party, and then I don't know what is happening.
You want to help? Because
what does that mean?
Help you.
What is setting up the party mean?
I don't sound.
The hotel does tables and chairs.
Move the chairs.
No, speaking of setting up, we are also having an Iron Throne, courtesy of Josh Harrison, aka the guy with the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
So we are having the Iron Throne that. If you've been to DragonCon in the past few years and you've seen the guy with the
picture of the guy from
yes. So his
I
Iron
always
Throne
cosplays as
Hodor.
Yes.
But he also that throne is going to be in the high fantasy track room for most of the convention as well.
Fancy.
Is he getting paid for it again?
He is not getting paid for it, but he is getting help with it and a place to store it, which is a big thing.
That is good.
So
I think it was like in a little kid's red wagon the last time I saw
no, like he just
a radio flyer.
Like
is that right?
No, it's on like a wheeled pallet.
Yeah, like for him to take that around, it is really,
oh wait, you can actually make those wheeled pallets and other things.
If you see him, definitely say thank you to him, because for him to take that around the convention, it is a big job, because there are constantly people stopping him. He doesn't get to eat. He can't like sit down for a moment because he's just constantly just like everyone just wants photos of that fucking throne. So it is like such a big thing for him to do.
Yeah, thank him. Bring him.
Like honestly, like show your appreciation to him, because it is such a big deal for him to do that, because he is sacrificing such a ton of time.
Like bring him drinks, bring him coffee, bring him water, bottles of water.
And he's such a great guy too. Yeah. He's trying to accommodate everyone, but he can't.
He's very sweet. He is nice.
Okay, so does anyone else have like channels or anything that you're doing that's like public knowledge that you want to talk about?
Yeah, let me just announce our like a couple other ones. So Ashley and I for Anime Track, 8:30 p.m. FLCL No Alternative on season 2 of FLCL.
Oh, nice.
Friday night.
Yes. Sunday doing The Expanse at 4 p.m. in the American Sci-Fi Fantasy Media Track Room, which is really very not lower level. 5:30 p.m. Star Wars Galaxy Its Edge, about the park, the new park area coming into Hollywood Studios here in Orlando. That's in the Marriott Atrium, room 706. And then 7 p.m. same day, still Saturday, doing Westworld season 2 review in the American Sci-Fi Fantasy Media Track Room. That's going to be a busy day for me.
We should just take over this.
I'm a prop builder, prop seller, prop maker. I'd like to hear what everybody's like. What costumes are you bringing in? What are you wearing?
Oh, okay.
Let Amanda go. Amanda, you go first.
Me? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm bringing Rhaenyra Targaryen, which I brought from Ice and Fire Con. Dressing down Bilbo Baggins. I made the entire outfit he wears when he meets Gandalf in the first scene of The Hobbit, so it's going to be under that. Beth from Rick and Morty because everything's out of my closet, and Bridezilla.
All right.
Bridezilla?
Okay, Bridezilla is literally the Godzilla costume, the inflatable Godzilla costume with a bridal veil, a bouquet, and a little. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
We did it last year. It was amazing.
Is it everybody a group of a friend? So Hilton has the event labeled on the website, their app, as ZebraCon. Has anybody heard of this?
No.
No.
So instead of DragonCon, like if you check your reservation, it says ZebraCon. I don't know why, but there's like this big group of people are like, there's gonna be this whole zebra thing happening. I'm not sure what day it is, honestly, but I
don't know.
But I'm kind of laughing at this because it's like, Hilton has created like a con meme. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of funny. So I don't know if I'm part of that or not, but I'm not sure why I brought that up. But anyway.
All right. So I don't know. Ashley, you go next. What are you wearing?
Well, I usually do like a big costume, but this year I was like, my big costume that I made this year is hot. It's multiple layers, so I was like, you know what? I put a lot of time into this, but I don't want to bring it to Atlanta. So this year I'm pretty easy, and I feel guilty about that. I bought a lot of my costumes.
So what
are you doing?
I'm doing Suicide Squad Catwoman on Thursday night.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, we got a group going on with DC villains this season.
Yeah, we're gonna do a boudoir shoot.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, it'll be hot. We're doing. I'm doing Miraculous Ladybug, but I bought the costume. I've never bought a costume before, so I feel really guilty about that.
There's nothing wrong about that. I've bought a few. So.
And then at night, I'm doing 60s Batwoman, or not Batwoman, Catwoman. And my
You're doing the purple dress
husband,
one?
I can call my husband now.
Whoa!
Yeah, my husband's doing Batman. So we're doing 60s version Batman and Catwoman.
With the nipples?
I have bullet bra. I own a bullet bra, so that's what sets me apart from every other cat.
That is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome.
That's my differentiating it. And then Friday, Saturday we're doing Disney princesses as their princes. Mm-hmm. So a bunch of us are doing the Disney princesses dressed in the princess costume. And mine is Kita, and I'm doing Milo's costume because I'm really into steampunk, so I already have like everything pretty much already except for the wig. And then Saturday night is the Game of Thrones party. Woo! So I am doing Val from Beyond the Wall as Inara Chris, punk girl. So, and I also know there's like a lot of other people doing the punk Game of Thrones characters.
Or just a party.
Yeah. There's a lot of party versions, but I've seen the punk versions being popular, and I'm just going to show them all up. And Sunday I'm doing, I didn't have any plans for Sunday, so I'm like, I don't know what I should do, and I just grabbed like an old costume and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to do like trashy punk Fluttershy.
That's good.
I have a Fluttershy costume, but I'm just going to stick it in normal clothes, so... Because I didn't want to put F word in it. I was slurring a lot, but I blame all of you for that.
Us?
I did an old Pinkie Pie costume. You're good.
And then at night I'm doing a Rowena Ravenclaw because for the Harry Potter ball robe and the Harry Potter ball. And I have a steampunk blue costume, so I'm like, I'll make it into Rowena. I just bought the tiara and I'm good to go. And then Monday I think I'm wearing a Tard dress, like the black milk dress. There we go.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm sorry for my slurring. I blame this bike.
Drinking it.
Am I still on? Am I?
Yes. Yep. All right.
Good.
So, Andrew, Dean, which one of you wants to go next?
Mine are quick. I have a ridiculous Rick flag, which I've showed Tara is hilarious.
Expand on that. Tell us.
It's ridiculous.
I'd like to hear about this.
Like,
How fun to know.
it's horrifying.
When she told me bunny hutch, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just get like ridiculous American flag swimming trunks and airsoft vest, and it works out. And then I'm doing Koide from FLCL season 2, which isn't very hard. It's just a wife beater, an inflatable guitar, a Band-Aid on my forehead, and fake glasses because now I don't have those anymore.
Look at Sarah.
Season 7, Little Finger. It's going to be hot as hell. I did a pub crawl 1 block away. Our temperatures here in Orlando are very comparable to Atlanta. I think I dropped 2 pounds in sweat weight.
I believe it.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to die. Then Teddy Flood from Westworld. And then I have a casual Baelish, which will probably be used a lot. I actually have 2 separate jerseys, so I may just wear that for a lot of the.
Well, what is the casual Baelish? I saw that on the.
It's the one I've worn it to like a Game of Thrones pub crawl. It's just literally a jersey, like an athletic jersey with like House Baelish's symbol on the front.
Okay.
And on the 2, there's 2 different things on the back. One of them is just Little Finger. The other one is Biggest Finger, which is an inside joke from our musical at Ice and Fire Con.
So bad.
And then I'm going to wear some generic Slytherin nonsense for Yule Ball.
Yay!
Okay, so Andrew, you're going to relate to this.
Okay.
I have facial hair issues with my mini costumes, right? So I'm coming in with a beard. I'm going to do Indiana Jones.
Okay.
So my costume of Indiana Jones, though, is the end of Temple of Doom. Like, literally the end. You know where the bridge falls? And like he like puts the stone up on the edge of the bridge.
Yeah.
And he's just beat to hell. That's my costume, right? So I got like every wound.
Specific.
That is amazing.
But he has a relatively I don't know. You can see the gray, right? But I brown that in because I need to. But anyway,
he's scrappy.
So then I go to John Marston because I still need the beard, and then I might be doing Littlefinger again. Andrew, I also do Littlefinger. I don't know if you know that.
All fingers are welcome.
I'm gonna switch my tongue again for a second.
Oh my god, it's gonna be me.
And then we have a big Orville group we're doing, which is the first time I'm actually my first 3D modeling that has become 3D printing. Like our whole group is using pieces that I made.
Are there Orville panels going on?
That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't go to a lot of panels, so that's a great question.
Good question.
And then Tara knows this. Then it's pretty much Battlestar from then on for me. And I have a really cool Battlestar. It's I don't know how to explain it. It sort of honors both series. And it's my secret kind of costume. I don't want to really explain it, other than it sort of bridges both series, and it's pretty cool. And it's like it's my big new costume, and I'm really excited about. But I'll leave it at that.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I've shown her. She knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's me.
Cool.
Tara, you haven't said yet. What are you doing?
So Thursday I'm doing Suicide Squad Poison Ivy.
Yay!
With Ashley and our friend Becca, who's doing Ashley's Suicide. She's going to do Suicide Squad style Catwoman, and Becca's Harley. So we got the 3 of us, and then Friday during the day, I think I'm just wearing I have a couple dapper outfits that are super easy to throw on. So I think I'm just going to do a dapper outfit. I was going to wear Sansa, but then I realized I had an author reading at 1, a panel at 2:30, and another panel at 4, which meant that I would literally be putting on that costume and running from the Hyatt to the Westin, from my room in the Hyatt to my panel room in the Hyatt, then to the Westin, then to the Marriott, and there's no point. So
It's too much effort.
It doesn't have to be then, though. You can still do it. It doesn't have to be then.
Wait.
I'm just gonna do it nice and
Just a little bit.
I would miss the photo shoot anyway. So, and then Friday night is a secret costume, which I never used to do the secret costume thing. But then, the 1 year I actually created my own costume and posted about it beforehand, somebody copied me, which is totally fine.
except they were a duke about it.
Except,
Like that was my douche dick compare.
No, that's
like,
a dick move.
combining.
It was
a
the-
douche.
Yeah.
I think we should drink for Ashley cursing a lot. I think that's-
Yeah, like,
Like,
you don't understand. This costume was like, holy shit, you are a dick.
Well, when it's oddly specific,
And it was someone who knew her
That's very
personally,
oddly
who
specific.
obviously
Like, definitely
knew
copied you?
what she was like. It was like this person was a dick.
Yep.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. It was an ex and his fiance.
Oh, what?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it
Wait,
was
do I know who this is?
dick.
Yes, you do. That blatantly copied my costume.
Oh, shit.
So
It's not rocket.
so anyway, so that's why I'm doing.
Like, it makes me
costumes
mad.
now.
I'm just like,
Then
like that.
Saturday, I'm in the Princess as Princes group. I'm doing Aurora as Prince Philip, and then Saturday night I am doing Party Melisandre.
Yeah.
Sunday is I'm reprising my Victorian Captain America because I barely wore it last year, and then
I was trying to figure out a way to make my
I'm very
steampunk black
happy
and white
about
outfit into like the Winter Soldier, but I was like, I don't know how to make my arm silver, and I was really I was trying to figure out a way to.
and then Sunday night is steampunk like Hufflepuff, and then Monday.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah, Monday, I don't know. I'll probably just I don't know. I have another dapper outfit I can wear. So give me 1 second. I gotta answer my door. There's people coming in the house apparently. It's good, it's great, it's fine.
But that
That
guy was a dick.
Who?
The guy who copied Tara's costume and like,
Yeah, I know who
Like it was the guy and not the girl?
Yeah, no, it was the guy. He told his new girlfriend to dress in this way, which was copying Tara's costume, and it's just like, wow, holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty douchey. Wow.
Hey,
Tara?
Now that we're done with like what costumes we're all wearing, what do we think the most popular ones are gonna be?
Yeah, so Rick and Morty was last year. The year before was like Deadpool and Elsa. So what's going to be the big one this year?
Deadpool, because the new movie came out.
Is it out?
I think I think Overwatch and
Overwatch is big. You know, it's been a while.
Like we kind of mentioned, yeah, but it's gonna be big.
It always is big.
Is it gonna be Rick and Morty big?
No, but Rick and Morty, we predicted lots of Ricks and Mortys last year, and it wasn't as big as I thought it was.
It was
No, it totally was. In
terms of Pickle Ricks. Pickle Ricks.
Okay, Pickle Ricks.
We
but there were so many Rick and Mortys.
We over-predicted the Pickle Ricks.
Okay, because I saw a picture of like the Marriott, the whole Pulse Bar area, and there was like, purple wigs everywhere. Like, literally, like there were so many Ricks. Yeah.
Okay, so if you are wearing a fedora, what would you wear this year to Dragon Con?
Indiana Jones. I already said that.
I own that fedora.
It's probably that the new Futurama series.
Wait, fedora? You're talking about?
No, I don't think that. No, that came out too late. I think it's. If you're wearing a fedora, aka if you're
that, yeah.
I own two fedoras, by the way.
Guy? Those guys?
That person, girls wear fedoras too.
Yes, we do.
But have you ever claimed someone has friend zoned you?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, we talking about fedoras or trilbies? We're talking about trilbies. We're talking about those guys, right? That's what guys are talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I think there's going to be a million Overwatch people. I think there's also probably, I said Handmaid's Tale, I guess, but I'm pretty sure I created this before I finished watching Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to be that popular. However, 1 million inflatable T-Rexes is absolutely going to happen.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Yes,
are we
there's
going to have
gonna
the
be
running of the T-Rexes again from...
Probably.
Oh, for sure.
That's awesome.
But that hasn't died.
I mean, it's awesome.
But it hasn't.
When they don't stink.
Your Godzilla with Disney, that is clever. That is clever, and that is great.
We're very punchy.
But you know what? Putting maracas and a Mexican hat on, that's not clever. That's not clever to
last year I was stuck behind a Handmaid's Tale T-Rex in the Habit Trail. That's like drinking. That's like 2 times drinking, and it reeked.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I gotta.
I know which T-Rex you're talking about.
Reek does not rhyme with T-Rex, but it should.
So there's probably going to be a lot of Deadpools again.
But you know what we have?
We have gone. Well, maybe a little.
Always Deadpools.
There's always
Deadpool. Deadpool will be there.
Yeah.
We still have time yet, though, for the random meme or something that's going to catch fire. Like 2 weeks.
Do we though? It's like less than 2 weeks. Man.
Do you remember?
I feel like everyone's making those Futurama costumes right now.
But like I don't know what I'm just totally spitballing. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when the whole Irma Gerd thing happened.
Oh God.
Harambe.
Right? Harambe.
Oh yeah.
And then, oh God.
Which is easy. You just order Amazon.
Sharknado.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sharknado was like a week before con.
Yeah.
No.
And then I was like so happy to see them.
But Sharknado has already jumped the
I have a Sharknado bag.
No, for sure. What I'm saying is like we have time for one of those things to happen.
Yeah. What's gonna be the
Ghost Shark is better than Sharknado.
Santa Jaws.
I'm not arguing about the quality. I'm just saying, like, what
I feel like there's going to be a lot of people waiting for the next season of Game of Thrones. Some sort of people waiting for the next season memes. I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that will be the big thing.
Incest baby.
What?
Like
what?
What's going to be the next Rick and Morty? I don't know.
Marty?
Maybe
Venture Brothers new season just came out too. So.
Oh shit! Really?
Amazon or
soon.
What is it?
Has it launched yet? I don't know. I'm sure.
I know that I don't know anything about it. I know there was a new season, but
I randomly got to talk to Doc Hammer at Comic-Con. That was kind of weird. Like I recognized him, and then I think Tara, you were there. Chloe, was it Chloe that talked to him? It was like because I was afraid to talk to him. And then I ended up having like a 20-minute conversation with him.
What night was this?
You can talk to anybody.
This was the last
night. Was this Saturday night? Because
I think so. I was like, I know that guy. I totally recognize that guy.
You're right. Yes. Okay.
And then Chloe was like, "Well, I'll go talk to him because
vaguely I remember this. Yeah, vaguely I remember this.
But yeah, I just ended up having this random conversation with Doc Hammer, so it was kind of cool.
So okay. To close this all out, because we've already gone through like the parties. Well, because we're at 2 hours and 16 minutes right now. Which is longer than I expected this to go. We've already like discussed the parties. The other stuff. DragonCon subreddit is having meetups every day. They're listed in their own post on the sub. I'm pretty sure it's pinned. So go to reddit.com /r/ I'm so bad about that. DragonCon. And that's the DragonCon subreddit. And they have like meetups. And I've met a ton of these people. They're actually super, super nice. We already talked about finding me for my fantasy bitch stickers. Andrew is an asshole and getting up at fucking God knows what time to do some sort of run.
I saw that. Yeah.
What are you
thinking, sir?
When is
it was 9 o'clock on Friday. I swear to you, nothing gets me soberer than running in a humid.
Dude, Thursday. Same, but like
I'll be up at that time. So there you go.
Thursday is like my worst night. Like
I can still do it.
Greg's costume, I'll be very disappointed.
Guess drink, by the way, because
yay.
So the guest list this year is actually really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like they've got like people
Holy
from
shit.
The guy whose name I can't remember, who's like from Lost and the 100 is going to be there, and then they've got 4 cast members from The Expanse. Which, by the way, if you have not watched it,
if you are a Doctor Who fan, you are shitting your pants right now.
They've got
I may or may not.
Can you see my dog tags? Can you see them?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay. I'm all about Battlestar, right? Like,
they don't really have any Battlestar guests this year at all.
No, they do not. But like, as a fan, I'm feeling like The Expanse is like sort of like, it's passing.
Oh, it's the new
fandom.
Battlestar.
Battlestar. I love it so much, and I'm so excited about it. Like the pilot guy. I don't remember his name right now. There's no way I can remember his name. He's like sort of at every con. He's at every con.
Yeah.
Kern?
But the other guests have. I don't. Shut up. But the other guests, I haven't got to see them. I haven't got to see them. Stop giggling. Who are these people in your house, by the way?
Oh, that's my sister and one of our friends. They're just wandering around. It's fine.
But there's like so many Expanse guests, and I'm like super
I know.
excited
One of
about
them.
this. Yeah.
Awesome.
Super cool.
Yeah, no, so I'm casual acquaintances with one of them, and I've been telling this
Which
person.
one?
If it's
not
Frankie
saying.
Adams, give her my
Name
number.
drop. Don't be afraid. Come on.
No, I'm not saying. I really can't. I really can't. And I've been saying to this person like for over a year now, like since I met them last year at San Diego Comic-Con, like you need to come to Dragon Con. Just I think that you have to get your agent to like contact Dragon Con, but trust me, there is like they will absolutely bring people from the Expanse. So the fact that they're having 4 of them and it's
We should be thanking you, is what you're saying.
Oh no! I'm not saying that at all. But I mean, like, I've been telling this person that, like, you need to come. This is a party. Like, this is Like, this is not.
It's not Comic-Con. It's not
work, right? Like, this is not work.
This is hanging out and partying. That's
but
really
also,
what it is.
don't be like that one guy from
Mostly fun.
Battlestar Galactica who I had an interview with at 9:30 in the morning, and I got up hungover as shit and showed up for that fucking interview, and he didn't.
Oh!
Wow!
Just saying.
I can totally guess who that is. But anyway.
So can I. Wow.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
But like for the guests, talking about guests, like if you were a Doctor Who fan, this year is the shit.
Really? Who's coming?
They got the Catherine Tate. Is that her name?
Okay.
River.
Really?
River.
No,
right.
not River.
No, Catherine Tate.
No,
Right,
the other companion.
Oh,
She was like the best companion ever.
Donna.
Right.
way better than Rose.
And they have Capaldi
Yes.
this year too, which is pretty
Really?
awesome.
Oh, they do have
I
Capaldi.
didn't know
Yeah.
about that. I didn't know
Yeah,
about that. Okay.
if you're not into like if you're not like, oh, Matt Smith is so hot, oh my god, no, fuck that for those people.
Yeah, not my thing.
Capaldi was all.
Matt
But
Smith's
Capaldi
face
is
looks like a
great.
fright.
Peter Capaldi is
Well,
a
I was
great
gonna say,
doctor,
This has become the shit.
Thanks, I just ordered.
but like Catherine Tate is.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Matt Smith's
apologizing
face
if
looks
I'm
like a
getting the
foot.
right name wrong, but
He's
she's
cute,
my
but
favorite
he's
companion.
cute.
Wait, have we devolved into who's hot or not?
Yeah.
I thought he
What
was
we're doing
not
now?
hot.
Yeah.
No, you're right though. There's a really good number of Doctor Who guests.
Yeah.
And listen, there's always people who are bitching about the guest list, and it's like they change it every year based.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like 1 year it's a shit ton of Star Trek.
Ah, I
Like,
didn't get the name right. It is Catherine Tate.
2015, it was like a shit ton of Battlestar guests. Like
Man.
I did like the big
I liked it.
photo. I think it was 2015, right? 2015 or 2016. I don't know.
That sounds
I don't.
right.
I don't know.
I think it was 2015.
Grace Park came. That was a big year.
Yes. Yeah. She was definitely there.
Yeah. That's my last fangirl moment I ever had, by the way.
I think.
Yes,
Oh my
I've
God.
heard.
What's her
Oh
name?
my God.
The redhead.
You've
I
heard?
think she's
You
also
heard?
here.
Just kidding.
Oh man, how bad was it? Jesus.
No, I'm kidding.
No, the girl who was in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think she's there this year.
Which one?
too.
Nebula and
Nebula, yeah.
Mantis are both
Yeah.
there this
For
year.
limited time. So only there for like 2 days.
and I
Like
forgot.
Karen? We're talking about Karen?
Karen
Yes.
Gillan.
Okay.
If you are a new Doctor Who fan, this is like the year.
Oh yeah.
So
I am like I'm not the fangirl into like the hot doctors. I'm really excited about Peter Capaldi and Catherine Tate because Catherine Tate's the best.
Dude, Peter Capaldi was hot. What are you talking about?
Right?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not admitting to anything.
I
I'm
know
but-
just saying he's hot.
like I'm at that age where like it's no longer inappropriate for me to be super attracted to dudes in their 50s. So just saying. Like when I was like 16, it was really not good. But like nowadays,
It's unhealthy.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've never been excited.
I've gotten older, but my attractiveness has, or the guys I'm attracted to have not. So now it's safe. Okay, so it's 7:24. We need to end this by 7:30 because we've been doing this for
and you can
a while.
420.
Yeah. For whatever in California, where Closing question. Favorite Dragon Con memory from 2017, and how do you hope to top it this year?
Right. So, last year was when we couldn't find any place open to sell us food. It was past 3 a.m.
That's not a good memory.
No, we were just sitting in the lobby of, I think it was like the lower floor of the Hyatt. We were just like desperate. We were like, okay, we were looking on our phones trying to find what places would deliver at this time of night. And then, lo and behold, right across from us, people walking in from the street happened to be people we were friends with. Because, like, how often does that happen? And they're just like, yeah, we're going to go get some street meat. And we're like, yeah, we'll go get some street meat. And so we just all invaded the hot dog stand, like, throwing it up. And it was amazing. And this was our, like, 4 a.m. memory. It was amazing. It was great because we were so desperate for food. And then just, like, the doors opened. And it was, like, people we knew. It was so great.
All right. Who's next?
I guess I'll go. 2017. It was a great year for sure, but not the highlight year for me. And I'm gonna. There's a little sad story attached to this, but my best year at Dragon Con was because we do cancer research fundraising and stuff in the fleet, and but that a member of ours died. And so a few years ago, we did a photo shoot. He's also involved heavily in the 501st. And we did a photo shoot with them. So like half of the photo shoot was Star Wars, half of the photo shoot was Battlestar.
Yes,
and if you know the show, there was a ceremony where the two crews of the Pegasus and the Galactica came together. And we reenacted that sort of that ceremony. And did a photo shoot of the Star Wars group that he was a part of and the Battlestar group that he was a part of. And we crossed this line and shook hands. And it's the most beautiful but also sad moment I've ever had at Dragon Con. And I will forever treasure it because it's like, and you know what? All of us can relate to this. Like you go to these events and normal people who don't do this, like, we call them the mundanes. Do we all call them that?
Normies.
Something like that.
The normies, right. I'm crying. I'm bawling my head off across this line of salt. This is something from the show, but from Palpatine. This guy in like full makeup, Palpatine, right? Yeah. And I'm crossing this line. We're like mixing crews to honor the memory of our friend, who we then did fundraising for. And that was a couple of years ago. It wasn't 2017, but like. I don't know. Maybe that's not on topic, but that's my best my best Dragon Con memory of. Anyway, somebody go next, please, because I'm going to cry in a second.
Well, I'll just tell mine, which is completely the opposite and not serious at all. It's the least serious, which is literally I had honestly never. And this is weird. I'd never stayed up all night at Dragon Con in 6 years. And last year was the first time I did it. And it was really fun. And now, granted, I will say I get normal sleep. I usually will. I don't care. I'll sleep for 6 to 8 hours almost every day. So like one way or another, I'm going to get it in there. So like I'd stored up my sleep, but the last night staying up, like going from Yule Ball to room party to, the rave to just dance party in the atrium to the pool party, like just jumping in the pool, pissing off my roommates because I'm changing into my bathing suit at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like literally, I mean, that was great. And also the fact that I met new people and like each year, my mission is to meet new people because I've said this in Tara's last cast and like every cast, I know Ashley, I know Tara, I know Brian, I know all these other people from Dragon Con. So like I need to, meeting people is something that Dragon Con has always worked out really well for.
That's my favorite thing at Dragon Con, by the way. Like you can do panels and everything, but meeting people, spending time with people, is that not the best?
That's the best.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that the memories you carry with you afterwards?
Yes.
You can go to every great panel.
Yeah.
But I remember, and I'll remember this too, like meeting new people, having time with friends.
You gotta hang out with us too, because I don't know you, but I should know you.
This will happen.
I only met so I'll go next, but like I met Dean at Comic-Con last month because we were at this industry party. Like I hesitate to call it like fancy party because it was. They made it sound like it was, but it wasn't. It was industry.
It's just whatever.
Yeah. So
that's all the parties are.
Chloe and I are in this party with our friend Orion, and we're like drinking, and like she's like, "Oh, I know this guy."
She totally didn't recognize me at first. Wait, that's important.
Oh, she didn't even recognize you.
Glasses, no little finger face. No,
true, yeah.
It's true. The little finger face does spice it up a little bit.
So like we just ended up like chilling with him and his buddies like pretty much the whole night, and then like the next day I was like, hey, you should come to our Song of Ice and Fire panel, and then we all went out to dinner, and then it was like history from there. So but like we have mutual friends also, like other than Chloe, so it's like it's all this big incestual thing.
I like how you say incestual.
It is. So for me last year, like it's really rough, but I gotta say it was probably going to the rave.
Yes,
that was so much fun because it was so random. Because I never really done it before.
Sunday night.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
So it was like we were all partying in our room, and our neighbors kept banging on our wall because they hated us because they had to get up early the next morning or something. Who does that?
They had to go to work.
So we were finally like, all right, we're gonna leave, we're gonna go. And like not all of us went, but there was a group of like 10 of us that just wandered out of the room and like went to the rave. And I'm not even kidding you, I was dressed in like sweatpants shorts. Like they're shorts, but they're sweatpants. And like they were Hufflepuff sweat shorts. And like a Hufflepuff tank top, and my hair was still all done from my fancy steampunk costume, and I had my little hat on. So I was like wearing like flip flops and sweat shorts and like a fucking dumbass tank top that said like Hufflepuff, I think, or something. And like I'm like workout girl with flip flops, but then I've got fancy hair and stuff, and I was so wasted. And like I've been to drum circles, I've been to everything else at DrinKin. The one thing I had never done was a rave. So like I fucking danced until like 7 in the morning.
That's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I was supposed to be on a panel at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this.
Oh, you didn't make it?
No, she made it. It was just probably.
No, I didn't make it. No, I didn't. I had a 1 p.m. panel, and I made that one, and that was still a fucking miracle. So,
yay! But you made it.
That same rave you were at, a friend of mine was up there dancing. She was one of the girls
on stage.
And I was in the crowd, and she saw me. And it was like immediately embarrassed, like and she waved at me, like it was super funny.
Ass. I was like just dancing all over the place, like just being a total like I was so. It's fine.
Oh, I wasn't.
So how do I hope to top that this year? Honestly, I've had some really awesome times at like the official parties, like the heroes and villains and stuff like that. I want the North Remembers party to top that.
I'm working on that, so hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Andrew, what are you wearing to that costume?
I'm doing my casual Baelish because there's no way I can move around enough in my full Baelish. So if you want my other jersey, we can be twinsies.
Oh shit! Okay.
Nice.
This has just become a thing. Hey.
And you all are both also. I mean, Andrew is taller than. What are you, Dean? Like 6'2"?
I'm 6'6".
In
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm way too tall for Baelish. That's funny.
That's why his biggest finger.
The biggest finger. That's funny.
Okay, so who do we have left? Ashley and Ashley already went. Just Amanda.
Yes. So what was the question again? I'm sorry.
So what was your favorite DragonCon 2017 memory, and how do you hope to top it?
Oh crap!
Wait,
I wish I had
cosplay plans.
Wait, what?
You said your cosplay plans?
Yes,
Yes, I did.
Other than just Godzilla?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I did. It's.
Ashley's been drinking.
Yeah.
It's almost like sushi drunk, Ashley, but not quite.
No. I'm that drunk too, but I don't know where the hell my bottle opener is, so I can't open my laptop.
Oh, party foul.
Okay,
It's such a party foul. I know it's a party foul.
Favorite DragonCon 2017 memory, and how do you hope to top it?
Ah, snot rockets. I wish I had a favorite 17 DragonCon memory, but it's like,
You gotta have one.
I don't think it's favorite, but I was passed out for 10 hours with some kind of con crud.
No,
it gets better. Watching Adult Swim's marathon of Rick and Morty.
All right.
Because they do it that night. It's like, wait, I've never seen these episodes. What's going on?
You should do that at DragonCon.
It was awesome.
So you were sick at last year's DragonCon. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Well,
You playground.
So, how are you going to top it this year? Not being sick?
Jinx. God, I hope not be sick.
What are you looking forward to most this year, I guess is.
Oh, wow. Oh, what am I personally looking forward to?
Yes.
The Dark Crystal Ball Thursday night. So it's like, wow. It's like, wait, can everything hold a candle in comparison to this? I really hope it can.
Probably not. I feel like that's going to be amazing.
Have you been to the previous parties at the puppetry track?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what were they like? Because for someone who's considered it but doesn't want to necessarily pay the $200 price tag,
It's not. It's mine was a birthday gift from my mother. So there you go. That was my birthday gift.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
good.
is it worth the $200?
$200? Yeah.
Well, I've been to me personally, yes, because I've been a fan of the Dark Crystal since I was like in high school. So that was like 20 fucking plus years ago. Yes. So. Oh, fart! I'm old.
Honey, me and
We
you.
all are.
I have to drink to that. Sorry.
Wait.
Age.
When
Is
did
anyone
we?
under 30 in this group? Because if they are, fuck you.
Under 30? Is that what you said?
Under 30.
Nobody in here is under 30.
Okay.
No. That horrible game. What was it? It's fart. It was for Justice League something. The Joker said never trust anyone under 30.
I agree.
That was a line. You can look it up on YouTube. I'm just saying. Injustice. There you go.
Okay, so I'm going to close this out because we've been going for a really long time, which is great for podcasts, but not so much for webcasts. Before we go, I just want to, one more time, I want everybody to say who you are, where you're from, where people can find you. So I am Tara. My handle is at a Geek Saga on literally everything. I am also an author, and my books are by T.L. Walker, because that's actually my name, apparently.
Don't search for her regular name. I tried this. It doesn't.
Yeah, no, you can't.
I know, it doesn't come up.
No.
The worst part is somebody published books under like the same name like 3 years after I published my books. So it's
there's a dude named T.L. Walker. Yeah, it makes it difficult.
That's not his name.
And there's a Lynn
Fuck him.
From you.
Fuck him, and I'll drink 3 times to that. Don't publish your shit under my same name 3 years after I published my
I
book.
feel like that's something you should look up before you publish your books.
Right? Trust me, I already existed. For 30-something goddamn years. Okay, So now that I've been angry and mean for a minute, Andrew?
Yeah, sure. So you can find my podcast that I started with my friend Joe on Facebook at Stats Check Podcast, Twitter, Stats Check Cast, and just look me up if you want to look me up on Facebook. Just you can look me up.
Don't look you up on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah.
Hi.
Just don't.
Not him.
Long pause. Jesus.
Just look up his podcast or look
at my podcast
up on Facebook. That's it. Just trust me on that.
You find out he's got this big hentai club.
Dean's next. Dean, where can people find you?
Oh, okay. My business is theproplock.com. We sell screen use props and costumes.
Why are you so wet? Sorry.
What? Sorry, what?
My dog just like wandered up to me. He's like soaking wet. Sorry.
And Dean at theproplock.com. I don't know if anybody would bother to email me.
You need to have social media.
Well, now, thank you.
I know, I do, but whatever.
Do you guys have a Facebook page?
For this email later.
Yes,
by
of course,
the way.
of course,
Thank you.
of course. Yeah, the prop block. We have an email page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So search for the prop block on Facebook.
Thank you. Yes.
There you go.
Free plug.
Amanda.
Yes. Okay, you can look me up under Amanda Kirk. Good luck in trying to get a hold of me. It's like every other day I'm on Facebook, so it's like meh.
But she's very easy to find at DragonCon.
I am very easy to find at DragonCon.
Look for Bilbo this year.
She's very nice.
Bilbo dressing down this year. It's like, hey, guess what I'm wearing every freaking day for DragonCon?
The one costume?
Well, technically I have 4, but it's like, yeah, okay. Well, you know how comfortable that is?
Yeah, I was going to say, but when there's the comfortable one.
Yeah, there you go.
Ashley, what about you, babe?
For Ashley, you can find me at a podcast, The Bison Fire. It'll just be under Ashley. On like fan fiction, I'm usually under Cyrene, Sieyan. It's mostly anime trash. For general panel stuff at conventions, I usually do Ashley Dawn. So that's
also you're at Ashley Cleggan
on Twitter, but I don't use it enough to make that relevant. But Ashley Cleggan,
really have
because
a Twitter account anymore.
I go on there every now and then to post relevant stuff. But usually it's at Houseman Woody, which is the podcast of
it's at APOIAF. God, I have to think about it. APOIA.
I still have a lot of their stuff from 2 years ago, so yeah.
We're still a thing. Yes, it's cool. I mean,
I know you're awesome.
You're the only ones with the San Diego Comic-Con panel, so. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Whether you're listening to this live or listening or watching it like after the fact or listening to it as a podcast, God help you if you're doing that. Like really? Seriously?
Wait, how many live viewers do we have? How many?
I don't know. I'll have to look at the analytics afterward because it's like it only shows you how many are watching it at a time. But usually,
my ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah, usually I don't get that many live viewers. It's like people who view it after the fact. And also podcast downloads are a bigger thing because people want to like listen to it rather than watch it. So I will have this up as a podcast. If you are for some reason watching it live, whatever, I will have this up as a podcast in the next couple days. So by like the 20th or 21st or whatever. I will cut out the dog and cat fight at the beginning of the episode.
No.
That's quality content right there.
Quality content. My dog attacking my cat over wet cat food.
Your cat.
So yeah, really, like, thank you guys for listening. I will do a post DragonCon webcast. It's a toss-up whether I'll do it on my own channel or the Geeky area, but it will happen. And probably some different, people would like to mix it up. But thank you so much for listening and have a great evening, day, whenever you're listening to this. I don't know. Bye. right, go drink some alcohol.
Yum, yum.